Hi, I hope you can hear me okay. I'm still new to doing this. I'm going to keep using this excuse. And so I've had audio issues before when I'm making a YouTube video. And so please let me know. I hope you can hear me anyway. So I'm using these. I had to restart my computer in order to hear. So what I want to do is what I'm going to do is I'm going to react to an interview between Jesse Lee Ward and Ray Higdon. So these are two multi-level marketing coaches. And I think it'll be interesting because I think it's important to look back to where these people have come from. Like you take snapshots from the past and then you see what they're doing now. And then you can start seeing contradictions. It's really important so you could start critically thinking, especially if you've been a part of one of these high control groups or have taken in additional network marketing coaching. The multi-level marketing coaching industry is a shadow industry. People don't know that it exists. And with what's going on right now with the retreat that Jesse Lee, hi Janet, did, I did see a number of comments where people were like, these people, if they don't leave her group or her company, they deserve what they get. And I want to dispel that myth because that's fucking horrible. And it's victim blaming. And if you've been a part of a cult, you can have horrible things happen to you. And it's not enough for you to leave. It took me 1.5 years of questioning before I was able to leave. I had a lot of shit pile up for me. So it's important to educate people why people that were attending this retreat with Jesse Lee will probably say it's amazing, it's transformative, it's been the best thing that's ever happened to them. They're going to wake up one day. So it's not okay to just think, oh, this bad thing happened to them and then it serves them right. It's a fucking abusive relationship. This is the same thing, like Cult of One. Yanya Lalich and Madeline Tobias write a great book called Take Back Your Life. I recommend that. So I wanted to start off with showing you one of my friends who, before I get into this anyway, she was a rank maker. She was also within the 100K Inner Circle coaching program. It's really hard for people to start speaking out. If you look at the number of rank makers that are speaking out, there's not very many. And so look at anybody that's speaking out against Jesse Lee. Not very many. It takes a lot of fucking healing in order to speak out and you become a target. So it might take people a couple of years to exit. And so please just keep that in mind. Hi, Luna. And Janet says, okay, I was sharing in Discord. Thank you very much. Okay, so this is what I wanted to share. So I've also said in a number of different interviews that when rank makers, ex-rank makers start speaking out, look the fuck out. So we got another rank maker, an ex-rank maker that's speaking out. Whether she continues to choose to speak out or not, like who knows? Because there's no strings, there's no pressure. And it's finding a medium that she wants to speak to and how she wants to speak. And so she's on Instagram. But she's chosen to speak out. She's done videos as well, but she's also chosen to do a blog. And her name is Dora Henke. So she was in Rank Makers with me. She was also in 100K Inner Circle coaching with me. And it was because of her video on Facebook. She did a live video on Facebook talking about anti-MLM, why I've left the multi-level marketing industry. And that video gave me the courage to then make videos on Facebook and start speaking out. I had already been doing it on TikTok a lot. I felt safer there because I have like a bigger following. I fucking hate that word, but it's true. It's true. You've got more followers over there, right? I got over 200,000 followers there. I had a good community. On Facebook, it's the nest. It's the viper's nest of fucking network marketing. And I knew I was scared shitless because I knew it was probably going to come. But I saw her make that video and I'm like, fuck, if she can do it, I can do it. And that's the power of speaking out. It does not matter how many followers you have or how many subscribers you have. I do not like the term when people say there's smaller creators and larger creators. That's bullshit. You're a creator. A creator is a creator. You may have big numbers or little numbers. Numbers mean jack shit. You're speaking to one person. So because I saw her video, she gave me the courage without even knowing it, like to speak out on Facebook. And it's been really important. And just going to highlight this. Luna says, y'all are on fire recently. So happy to hear that more rank makers are spreading their truth. That's right. So Her name is Dora Henke, and I'm going to show you her blog. So she's chosen to use the medium of her blog, and she was also in Jesse Lee Ward's downline. She was also a fucking rank maker. And if you know anything about rank makers, we are a different fucking breed. Woo! All right, so this is her blog, and I'm going to link this afterwards for you, but it's called anti-MLM mom.wixsite.com. And this is what it looks like. And so this is her first post, and she's said that she's going to do another post. And I asked her permission, to do this as well. Like, obviously, right? And so this one, is this the beginning of the end of Boss Lee Part 1? And so this is what, look, it says it's a 3-minute read. So I just wanted to, show that she's now speaking out and creating content and using her experience, her unique voice. So that is anti-MLM mom, and it's Dora Henke. All right, that's her. All right, now the next thing before I wanted to get into this is, yes, Luna says she was abused by both Ray and Jesse Lee Ward. Unreal, eh? This whole thing is such a shit show. Okay, so I had some other things lined up that I wanted to just, it's kind of like housekeeping, just to kind of keep you updated on what's going on with what I'm finding out about Ray Higdon. Oh, you have to fucking laugh. I have to laugh. Otherwise, I'm going to fucking cry. He believes he's a prophet now, or he claims to be a prophet. And what we've seen is this like increased combative and antagonistic terminology being used. He's like saying spiritual warfare, he's under attack, unclean entities, demons, anybody that is against him is horrible. And you think it can be funny, like you can think, oh, it's not that big a deal, but it's not funny because people are believing him. And how he fucked with our minds and rank makers and with network marketers in general. Now he's doing that with people with their faith. And I want to show you this post. Okay, how do I do this? Share screen. Because this was, I think it was from yesterday. This made me sick. This I fucking cratered. I was like, I don't even know if I want to speak out anymore. I just felt so sick to my stomach, and you're going to see why. So this was his face. Oh, this is not his fucking Facebook post. Sorry. I want to show you this blog that he's done too. Let's wait. I suck at this. I fucking suck. Okay, where is it? Oh my God. Oh yeah, this is what I have to do. I don't know how else to do this. I apologize. Like, quit. Okay. This was his post that he made. How come you can't see this? Why is this not showing up for you? Okay, I'm going to have to share the whole screen then. I don't know how to like share a file for you to see. It just shares, it says like video file. So I'm going to share the entire screen. Entire screen. You can see this on my face. Oh my God, I'm so sorry. I know I really suck at this. Okay, downloads. You can see it's coming. I named it. Okay. Okay, you can see that, right? You can see, I'll move over here. I think you can see. Okay, so this is what he wrote. And he thinks this is a good post. And 5,500 people also think this is a good post. So keep in mind, this is a network marketing business coach. This guy has had over 12 companies over years and years with different variations of his name. Ray Higdon, Raymond Higdon, Ray Louis Higdon, Raymond the second Higdon, which I'm going to show you as well. I'm suspicious why somebody would need that many companies. And why, I'll show you, there's this other thing I found digging up on the internet. Why they had this one company that was dissolved, or the name or something, dissolution in 2021. And it was with one of the co-founders of Numis Network. Numis, the multi-level marketing company that he became the top income earner of. The fuck was he doing? Him and his wife and this John Kevorkian character had another fucking company going that was like from 2019 to 2021. It seems like In my opinion, it seems like there's a lot of sketchy shit going on when you have 12 different companies with your name in different variations. Like, why would you do that? Anyway, this is what he's posted. If the apostles were beaten and killed for talking about Jesus, I'll be okay if I lose a few followers. This is where we're going. This is the direction that he's going in. And so I scratched out this person's name just to show you how people will take what Ray says and teaches and make it reasonable. And they'll find ways to identify with it to make it true for themselves. And he's sucking this person in. And I'll tell you, God help you when you get in with this group and how his version of the Bible, which is distorted with Joe Dispenza, law of attraction, manifestation, The Secret, Bob Proctor, Tony Robbins, all of these guys, and plus now his interpretation of the Bible, he's going to be fucking with your faith so bad. And it is hard to unpack and untangle just what you learn from him in network marketing. Never mind your faith. It is going to spread like roots. And it's going to, I feel so sorry for these people. So this person says, I've been in the hospital twice since October, the second stay requiring a blood transfusion that literally saved my life. To me, that was God telling me that he wasn't quite done with me yet. As such, my faith is now more important than ever. Ray, I've always been a fan of your work, but now I'm a huge fan of your faith and your willingness to express it. Count me in for your faith prayer group, brother. This isn't going to fucking end well. The reason why this affected me so much is because you can see where this is going. Any rank maker can see where this is going. Ex rank makers, this has been spread around in messages. People are like, just when you think he can't get any lower, people are alarmed. It takes a lot to speak out. Okay, that's that one. I opened that up twice. The next thing I want to show you is this 12 companies thing. So I feel I was interviewed by Roberta Blevins yesterday on her Patreon, and I was like giving my 2 cents about Jesse Lee's fitness advice for people to work out for 90 days in the gym. And so I was just giving my, from my athletic background. And I asked her about this, and she was telling me some interesting stuff that LuLaRoe did similar things. They're made all these different companies for LuLaRoe. They were trying to hide what was going on. And so I came across this and I'm like, what the fuck is this? So look at this. Ray Higdon, R&R Investments. Now these ones, for some reason, they're showing up they're duplicatable. they're duplified. You got to edify the duplify. And then look at this. Ray the second Higdon, Ray L. Higdon. Ray L. the second Higdon. Raymond the second Higdon. Raymond Higdon. What the fuck? I don't know what this means, but I want to put this information out there. Maybe someone could sleuth around, find out. He scammed a lot of fucking people, and this doesn't look good. This is the other thing I wanted to share with you. So, oh yeah, not this one. Just wait, in order. So this is one of these companies. So look at this. Living Forever was the name of this company. So it was formed or filed July 18th, 2019. Now, keep in mind, he supposedly sold his position to his upline in Numis in 2016, because then he started Rank Makers in 2017. So that's important. So this was supposed to be taken care of in 2016. So this is July 18th, 2019. Rank Makers has been going strong for 2 years. And so I blurred out the addresses. So this is Living Forever. Look at who the fuck is on this? Look at this. Ray, Jessica, his wife, and John Kevorkian, the co-founder of Numis. That's fucking suspicious. I don't know what that's about, but this is something else that I thought was interesting. 17 trademarks over the past 5 years. This is one of his companies or whatever, Forever Wealth Club. And a lot of them were in 2020. And check this out. You're not going to fucking believe this. Hope Makers. April 22nd, 2020. I wonder what this is when I think about this whole profit thing. How long has he been planning this, Everything I'm saying in this video, by the way, is in my fucking opinion and based on my experience. So it's described as educational and entertainment services, namely the presentation of continuing television shows broadcast over the internet in the field of developing and maintaining a hopeful mindset. Word salad extraordinaire. Hope makers. So that's that. All right. Get rid of this. Okay, I'm going to just read your comments. Aaron, hello, Aaron. Oh, it's so good to see you. I'm going to catch up on your comments here, and then we'll get into this. Oh, shit. Luna said, still don't see anything on the screen. I hope you saw that. That would have been just a disaster. Oh, well, whatever, right? And Luna says, Janet, 100%, he's definitely trying to make himself seem persecuted like Jebus and his apostles. I showed my mom that this morning, and she was just disgusted. My mom was raised Catholic. And Janet says, Mombi has said, and I agree, that all MLMs, corporations, and owners have illegal dealings going on behind the scenes, because I was talking about Terry LaCour and the shady, scammy stuff he has. Oh, no, it still wasn't showing up. Oh, fuck. I guess I'm sorry that it didn't show up. That's something I've got to figure out. I was trying to share my screen, but I guess it didn't work. Maybe what I'll do is post a video of them or put them in my stories again. But yeah, Aaron says, oh, good Lord, hope makers. Yeah. Evangelical TV. Can you imagine? Oh, he loses his shit. And so I think that's everything that I wanted to show you. Oh, yeah, I wanted to show you one more thing. So keep in mind, Ray is rebranding himself as to all these new people as this, this devout Christian. I'm so fucking amazing. I'm being persecuted because I'm talking about God. And he's also saying, don't talk about the universe. The universe is of the devil. It's the enemy. The enemy wants you broke. The devil wants you broke. If you want to increase your money, you got to give me money because I'm a financial coach. If you're poor, give me money. I will teach you how to make more money. And at the same time, he's promoting this on his blog. And I don't think his followers are aware that this is going on. And it's pretty bold because it's just a fucking lie. So look at this. This is his fucking blog, January 30th, 2023. Look at the piece of paper that's like right on her nipple with this is like somebody going through a midlife crisis. Look at this fucking car. Who the hell is his target market now? That's what I want to know. Isn't that interesting? So you think of Jesus, Christian, persecution, and then this is his blog. This was January 30th. This is one of his most recent posts. Look at this is the next one. How to train your team. This is creepy as fuck. You know what it is? Because you see this woman that's forced to do a plank, and this reminds me of Nexium when they were in that program. What was it, DOS or SOP? And they're like, the women are being taught how persecuted men have been. So the men get them to you looked at me the wrong way. You've got to do a plank, and then they're shamed. That's what that looks like. Look at this class act right there. Let's see. What's a good word that I could tie in with, my new brand? Fucking resurrection. I'm surprised he's not going to say. The next one will probably be crucify your competition. I mean, it has alliteration, and there's no shame here. Look at this. Become a magnet. The fuck? With the woman's bum and the holes in her shorts and the mesh shirt and another fucking car. This is January 11th. I wonder what his Christian followers think of this, especially because it's completely against law of attraction and all this stuff. Happiness blueprint. Look at make money come to you. How to attract money with law of attraction. Attraction 101. And this is the fucking best. Look at that. It's a fucking missile dick with fucking money blowing out the end. And it's so heavy, he's got to wear a wrist brace. Fuck, I can't even believe this is reality right now. Okay, that's a bit of a setup. Oh, man. And Mrs. 182 says no more aligning with the universe. Well, on his blog you can, but on his Christian group you can't. And this is important to point out to people that are like coming across this content or any other content. Finding the contradictions is so important. I better get on with this video here. Luna says, a magnet for sex, money, and cars. Very Christian of you, Ray. It's like slipped right back into like 1990 stuff. A funny thing for you, when I was doing one of the 14-day challenges, somebody who had won one of the contests, she had a picture of a whale behind her that was breaching, and he fucking thought it was the best thing. He's like, oh, that's what you want. Like, that's so like subliminally, I can't even say the word. He never said the word subliminally, but it was like, you have a whale breaching behind you. It's like the power of nature. Like, it's like the fucking missile dick blowing money out the end. I can't even make this shit up. Oh my God, he's really funny. Get over here! Fucking get over here! The money's flowing out. 5 years I wasted. 5 years I wasted. Okay. I'm going to now play this video. We're going to get through this because I could just keep going on and shooting the shit. And I don't want to do that. I respect your time here. So this is, you know what? I'm going to be bigger than you. And also, I thought I didn't watch all of this in its entirety. I kind of just like fast forwarded through a little bit. I'll center myself. I saw they were both wearing black, and I thought I would also wear black. And something really pisses me off about my generation, Gen X, something that pisses us off are fucking posers. I fucking can't stand posers. And Jessie Lee is a fucking poser, as is Ray. I can't stand when someone like Jessie Lee is shaming other women and their bodies to do stuff. Her fake athletic prowess when she's like speaking in this retreat where she's saying, you catch these small things that people say. It's meant to like really impress people, where she says, oh, she did this move. I was rock climbing in Austria. Where the fuck exactly were you rock climbing in Austria? Because it gives this illusion that she's this fucking athlete. The rock climbing community is pretty fucking small. People would know. You didn't do shit. You're like on a fucking little scrambling thing. Another thing she said was that she hiked in the Middle East in the deserts. Where the fuck did that happen? What desert? Where? In the Middle East. I think I have an idea what happened there. I think she got out of her fucking limo and she walked across the street and there was sand on it and she had to carry her purse. And then she got into the air-conditioned hotel. And it's like, well, you know what? That counts as a hike, you know? Just bullshit. So what I thought I'd do, yes. And if you're not following Always Marco, please do. Fantastic creator. I love how he reacts with compassion and humor. Humor for me has been like the way through. It's like these people in the multi-level marketing industry, they take themselves so fucking seriously, and they take up such a prominent part of our lives as well, that it's challenging to find our ways back to ourselves. And humor is a good way to it. It's like, it feels like a light at the end of the tunnel when you see other people, when we can laugh at our own experiences. It's empowering. And Mrs. I don't know what your handle is. That an I 182? I'll say that. Julie, Joe, and Aaron did the live about Colombia, and it was awful from what I saw. Yeah, it was horrible. And Luna says she probably went hiking in Dubai since she goes there so often. Yeah, she didn't do fuck all. I'd love to see what the fuck she does. So what I thought I'd do, so I was on Roberta Blevins' Patreon yesterday and just giving my 2 cents about like what you would do to train some people, like, you know, for something like this, and how reckless her behavior was, because it's not about building people up, which she said, it's about breaking people down. So, okay, that's why I wanted to, so that's why I'm wearing black. The ridiculous athletic flexing is a fucking joke. And I thought every time they say something that's like powerful, I thought I'd bring out my fucking medals here because nobody gives a shit what you do. But I've got a lot of fucking medals from the 13 years I did 18 Ironman races and fucking like 70 Olympic sprint and half Ironman races. So I thought, you know what? Let's see, Jessie Lee, 90 days. Tell your people, shame some women that they should go to the gym for 90 days. Every time they give a really good piece of advice that I agree with, I'm going to put a fucking medal on. Let's just see. And fucking Gen X, let's do this. So I'm going to play. I'm going to play this and I'm going to ask you if you can hear it because like that audio shit I've got going on. All right, let's do this. Keep the Gen X up there. I fucking can't stand posers and posers that are putting other people down. You know, another thing is that it's like you go out of your way to lift people up if you can. You don't find a way to shame them, you know? Oh, right on. Gen X here too, right on. Okay. Julie, get on with this already. All right. Can you hear that okay? Before I go any further, I just want to make sure you can hear that. I'll just play a little bit more. Mrs. I, my name is Claudia, though. Okay, I'll try to remember Claudia. I'll just play it again. You can't hear it? Shit. Okay, I'm going to unplug this. Fuck. You know, I've had problems. Let's see. And it might echo. Okay, thank you. I'm going to rewind it.
What's up, YouTube? It's Jessie Lee, calling #Bossly, and I hope you love the video you're about to see. I'm pretty sure you will, because it's always content over here. I want to tell you about a couple of...
I hope you can hear it. Can you hear it now? Her audio is muted. She's muted. Fuck. Why? Why do I have such... Now you can hear? Oh, thank you, Belle. Okay, I'm going to play it again. And it might be echoey. I'll keep looking at the comments here.
Other things, specifically one that
Okay,
you can also get some more value from. And all you need to do, and you can do it now, just pause this video, is go ahead and text YouTube to 844-277-9762. I'm going to be really upping the text game, and it's literally me texting you back. So if you want to have a more one-on-one conversation with me, enjoy the video, subscribe.
Look at how amazing I am. I have all my plaques and my awards all behind me. I think I should wear all my medals around every time I go on video to show you how much of a success I am.
Below, and make sure you text YouTube again to 844-277-9762. Hello, everybody. What's going on? It is Jessie Lee. You can also call me #Bossly or the People's Mentor. And today we are taking you to school for sure. I have somebody that I have trusted with our team multiple times. He was actually one of our first guests ever at Empire U, which was so cool. He absolutely rocked the house with recruiting and things of that nature. I love his story, you know, he's very much so somebody who has had success.
Oh, we all know his story too. And hi, Matthew. Thank you for that. Thank you for your support. He was $1 million in debt. He was in personal foreclosure. He was living on his buddy's couch. He was going through a divorce and he tried to unalive himself twice. He will bring this all up all the time. Every single interview Ray does is the exact same story. I know because I heard it for 5 years. So, well, I'm just going to do like the preemptive thing to us. Like, I bet you he's going to respond with this.
Success in traditional business. He's had success in network marketing. And he had success in coaching. And now he's having tremendous success in coaching. And I just love what he's doing with the profession because he's an innovator. Okay, we're going to talk today a lot about success and what it really takes. And I will tell you the one thing I notice about this man is that he innovates and he is not copying people. If you're
This is what they call edification. I hope this isn't echoey. Claudia says we can hear she shouts. And Belle says both her and Ray Higdon have really low views on YouTube. They do. I noticed some of my videos have more views than Ray's. And I am I love it. It's like I just don't even want it. I don't want to put on thumbnails just for that reason. Fuck. Okay, I was going to say something, but I forget what it was. Get back to the show here.
Familiar with rank makers, you're probably a member. That was Ray, and I really,
which they're down to 9.9 thousand so far. People are leaving, so that their peak it was 16,000, and now like people are leaving and people are talking. So innovator.
I never saw people do this idea of
edification. That's what I wanted to explain. You might have heard this word if you look at MLM content. This is what we're taught to do. Anybody that we're going to interview, or your upline, or if you're going to do like a presentation, it's usually your upline. You want to edify, but they use the word incorrectly. They mean deify, worship. Basically, you pump as much sunshine up their ass that you can. And the whole is like, it's never ending. You could just pump, and it will just, they'll love it. So you can see this is what she's doing right now. She's just pumping sunshine up Ray's ass, and he's fucking loving it.
a pay-for-play Facebook group, tons of coaching, tons of value, give, until Ray did. And one thing I've noticed is a lot of trainers out there will go and they will do some kind of training. And if I trace it back earlier in the day, it started with Ray early in the morning. And
keep in mind, this is all roads lead to fucking Ray, and those roads lead to Eric Warray. This is important because this is the multi-level marketing coaching industry. All these fuckers learn this from each other, and they're all duplicating it. Jesse Lee's behavior is standard. Does every MLM coach take their people out onto a retreat and, you know, do the same things? No, but the behavior, the gaslighting, the contempt is the same. This is not a one-off. This is standard behavior in the multi-level marketing coaching industry. And that's why I want to like bring more light to this, because these they know each other. I think he might have trained her. I know they both got training from Eric Warray anyway. No sound. Aaron says no sound. Shit. Is there no sound? Okay, Luna says audio is good, but Aaron says no sound. Okay, I'm going to play it again and see. Jen, hello, Jen. Okay, I'm going to play it again. Oh, I hope there are.
Rank makers. And so he's just one of those people where he has heart-driven servant leadership, and I'm sure it's why his success is so profound. But with that, all his success, blah, 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 we'll get to it because we're going to talk about how to have success in your business, what it really takes. More importantly to me, I know y'all know my heart. I know y'all know Jesse Lee. I love the way he loves his wife the most. Like, he's got all these beautiful babies. Oh my God, they're gorgeous. And of course, he's a great dad. But I have to tell you, if you
see, can you imagine in the real world now, like introducing someone like this? It's only in the multi-level marketing industry that you have to go to these lengths. So even like Boss Lee, as a so-called leader, you know, top income earner, she has to do this to Ray, which, you know, I know, you know, and probably looking back, she probably just fucking hates it. Like, oh, I had to grovel because that's what you have to do. But can you imagine, like, anybody that introduces you, like, this is somebody I'm going to introduce, you don't go on. Like, you might give it an introduction of their achievements or what they've done, but not to this extent. Like, she's pulling on everything. You're an innovator. You're amazing. You make great babies. Like, holy shit. Like, it's like, calm the fuck down. This is multi-level marketing coaching, you know? I know Jen says, oh my God, I'm not sure how much more I can watch. I just got on. These two are despicable. It's bad. And I get it. I'm feeling frisky today. So I'm okay with it.
Are a man listening to the podcast, and I know there's a lot of you out there, take yourself to Ray Higdon's Facebook page and watch how he loves Jessica. It is so loud. It is so proud. This is my wife. She's the most perfect thing on earth.
What does this have to do? What success really takes with Ray Higdon? And we're 2 minutes and 44 seconds in, and all she's done is pump sunshine up his ass. And now it's talking about how he is on social media talking about his wife. It's so weird. This is normal for us. And like, you know, even when we would tune in every day to see a Ray Daily, that's what it was called, and Rank Makers. This shit would go on. It'd just be like random blah, 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 blah before there was this training. This is so weird to look at it now. See, she's just fawning all over him. Fuck, it's weird.
Like you, oh God, like, the ladies are going over there right now to screenshot and send to their men. I already know it.
Jesus Christ. No, they're not.
I love it. I love your love, and I love how you love this profession. You love people, and I know that's why you're so successful. And I'm so,
you know, or she knows exactly what to do to just, she knows what it's because the ego is so fucking easy. Her ego is as fragile as his, and it's just, you pave the way. It just opens up with compliments and flattery. They just fucking crumble like a cracker. It's in your hands. It could be that she's that manipulative, and she's that much of a showmanship, that she knows. I think that could be the case looking at this now.
Grateful to call you a dear friend of mine. Thank you for everything you've done for our team, for our business. With no further ado, because I'll go all day telling you about this man, y'all need to get a pen and paper. You need to screenshot this sucker. You need to put it in your Instagram, your Facebook, or everywhere. Share with a friend, send to a friend, do whatever you need to do. Ladies and gentlemen, none other than Mr. Ray Higdon.
Wow.
Jesus Christ, it's Jason Bourne.
Oh, thank you so much. That's awesome.
You're welcome. How
Honored to be
are
on
you?
here.
No, I'm really, really grateful you're on here, and seriously grateful for our friendship and everything you've done over the past.
I'm so happy and grateful. So you can see, if she knows that this is all bullshit, she's as mind fucked as we all are. But this is normal. We would speak like this if you have an upline. We would be like this. Wow, we're just like goo goo gaga over it. Just like, oh my God, you're so fucking amazing. Like, oh, without further ado, and oh, you liked my post once, and that means we're friends now. Like, you've done so much for my team, for the industry, for the world, for the baby dolphins. Fuck, you all have to sign up for Rank Makers right now. Jesus Christ, it's Jason Bourne. Okay, fuck, sorry.
In network marketing. It's unbelievable how you've grown. I love watching.
And ditto. I mean, you've grown tremendously and impacting so many people and helping a lot of people. So kudos to you as well, for sure.
Thank you. I appreciate that.
Yeah.
Well, let's talk about it, because
Okay.
I feel like a lot of people, my least favorite word is luck. Okay, let's talk about that word a little bit today, maybe, because I know I'll get fired up. Maybe you'll get fired up. It'll be a fiery conversation. But what does it really take to be successful? How do you go from real estate mogul to network marketing superstar?
Real estate mogul. To my knowledge, Ray Higdon was never a realtor or real estate. I think it was more in line with being like a slumlord-esque kind of thing, buying, according to his blog, buying properties in low income areas and just trying to make money. It was really, really hard to do that. So real estate mogul is untrue. That's a lie, because it's giving the impression that this man is a real estate. He's had all these successful real estate dealings. And by his own big myth and story, and according to his blog, that's not true. He tanked. He didn't know what the fuck he was doing. And he was $1 million in debt, personal foreclosure, living on his buddy's couch. So real estate mogul. But when you're in multi-level marketing, you can say whatever you want, because nobody fucking facts check, because you're in a cult, the cult, and then another cult, and then another cult. So like, she was whatever company she was with then, but maybe it was like Prove It. And now there's like this coaching cult. It's like the cults, all these cults.
Are into coaching numero uno. Like, what? Talk to me. We need to know.
So yeah, it's an interesting, time, at least, as of this recording, we're going through this whole crisis and the quarantine and everything. And
oh, that's the timeline. And I think that wall, anybody that was in Rank Makers knows that fucking wall, that background, because a lot of Rank Makers were like, oh, where did you get that? And so everybody that was doing live videos every day, we all wanted to be like Ray. Thank God I never bought that fucking background. but a lot of people did. So there's a lot of rank makers that went to Amazon and bought that colored brick background just because everybody wanted to be like Ray.
That's where at least this version of my career was really birthed out of. Is, you know, I was doing well in real estate. I don't know about a mogul, but I was doing well. And, you know,
I don't know about a mogul. I don't know if I'm a prophet either.
Flipping properties and, you know, had rental properties and had, you know, different things, whatever. But definitely had some success over there. And then when the market changed, I got wiped out. And what I mean by wiped out, because sometimes you hear that, like, what does that mean? I literally lost every dime I'd ever made or saved. So wiped out my IRA, my 401k, sold my furniture, went into foreclosure, also went through a divorce. At one point, was sleeping on my buddy's couch. And I had, you know, a little wad of cash that I had left and 2 credit.
I wonder who the buddy's name was. I'm like, that poor buddy. He's just like, fuck, you don't edify me, Ray. You use me. I should like be you. If I had a dime for every time you said that you slept on my couch, I'd be a rich man.
Cards left that hadn't figured out I wasn't paying them. And so that's where I was when I got introduced to, you know, to network marketing. And so I think part of, you know, what does it take, you know, to succeed is just your willingness to face adversity.
Willingness to face adversity. Let's see. Ironman 70.3 Coeur d'Alene, 2016. I was willing to face adversity. I agree with that. Not for network marketing, but for your life. Let's go. Jesse Lee. Woo! You fucking rock climber in Austria. Holy fucking shit.
I've not found that it is a lack of obstacles or an abundance of support that creates success. And I think a lot of people think that. I think a lot of people think, well, if only my spouse supported me, or if only my family believed in me, or if only I didn't get fired from that job, or this didn't happen, or that didn't happen. I've never found that to be true. I've always found that the successful people that motivate and inspire me had an abundance of obstacles and often didn't have much support either.
So see, this is the fuckery, the mind fuckery of rank makers and multi-level marketing coaching, is they'll take concepts that have validity to them, but they're fucked up because it's in network marketing. So people will say, if only my friends supported me, because the business model, the multi-level marketing business, every multi-level marketing company, if you're recruiting, if there is recruitment involved in at all, doesn't matter if you say my company, but you don't have to recruit. If recruiting exists, it's a multi-level marketing company and it is designed for most people to fail. That's the only way it works. So this is gaslighting, teaching you how to gaslight yourself, because you're like, well, the business, there's nothing wrong with the business model. If only I worked on my mindset, if only other people supported me, if only so, but then he's making it like successful people have an abundance of obstacles. Every person has an abundance of obstacles because we're human beings and we all go through things. And how you define success, these two characters define success as, you know, having a young woman's mesh bikini with a piece of paper barely covering her nipple. And also, you know, by 20 years having a fucking magnet attracting her ass to him. And then this other one thinks success is berating people, being reckless with their health and mocking them and just scamming them out of tens of thousands of dollars. Both of them actually hold that in common, scamming people out of tens of thousands of dollars.
And so I think it's being willing to move forward despite. And there's 2 words that, you know, every entrepreneur could learn. I think they'd be much better off. And that's the word despite and the word until.
Oh,
you know,
fuck. We all heard this in rank makers over and over again. Keep going despite and then until. So this is just, you have to keep showing up for your network marketing business no matter what. I'm going to keep showing up until. Despite all the hate, despite everybody, my friends not supporting me, despite my boss telling me this is a pyramid scheme, despite a friend sending me a link saying you need to watch this, this is about your company. You need to go despite and until, because if you just give up, that's when you quit, or like, that's only losers. That's when you're going to lose, guaranteed to lose. I don't know when success is going to happen for you in 10 to 15 years. I don't know. But if you quit, you're never going to know. I have a friend, one of our clients, Amy. And it's not Amy from Alabama. It's the other Amy from Monterey. She was in the network marketing industry for 17 years and made an average of $3,000 and she's making $1 million now. Do you think she's happy? Do you think she's happy that do you think she would have been, if she had to quit? Like, holy fuck.
Was going to succeed despite what had happened to me in my childhood or in my past, or even the current, I was going to keep going until I made it happen. And so I think more people just having that tenacity, having that I know that not every day is going to be amazing, but I'm going to continue to show up no matter what until I get to my destination or where I want to go. And then by there, you got a different view of the landscape, so you choose a different destination and you pursue that. And so I think it's just mainly tenacity, not skill set, not IQ level, not support or lack of obstacles.
Going like tenacity. So in the real world, outside of multi-level marketing, I'll get another fucking medal for that. Tenacity, absolutely, and grit and determination. Like you need to keep going. You need to, like, if you don't know how to swim, then you got to learn how to swim. And there's going to be a lot of times you get in the pool that it really sucks. And you can have a race and feel like shit the entire time. You don't feel good. And you could have the race of your life. You could place in your age group. You could like fucking win your age group. You might even win the fucking race. Tenacity. Yeah, but in network marketing, tenacity, it just makes sure. I better read what this one is. It keeps you in, giving you, like, you have to keep paying, your renewal fee for your network marketing company, purchasing the products, definitely purchasing additional coaching. So this one is, it's a good point, Ray. Regina. Oh, this was a marathon. So this wasn't even, I haven't even counted the running races that I participated in over the last fucking 20 years. So this was Regina, September 21. I don't even know what the year is. All right. Good one. Good call, Ray. Oh, my medals are clanging behind me. I have so many of them. I should put them on the wall like Jessie Lee.
So I'm going to guess that things probably got pretty bad in there for a while if you've lost every single penny to your name. Mm-hmm. If my memory serves me correctly, I think we're $1 million in debt at one time. I think I heard that. Okay, he's not.
Everybody's heard that. But I don't believe it. I think it's bullshit. I think all of it is bullshit. I think it's a lie. Because I don't trust anything this man says. He says it over and over again, and we were taught to lie from him. And we thought that was okay. It's just being loose with the truth. You can condense your timelines. $1 million in debt. And how did that $1 million, how did you pay off that $1 million in debt? It was always like his wife was working at Macy's makeup counter, and then he was in real estate. Somebody introduced him to network marketing. Don't really know. He was in some kind of juice company that he was like, oh, this is so amazing. But then when he got into Numis during pre-launch, then he shits on that first juice company, saying that it's the compensation plan. The model is like, it makes the pay stacked against you. I did all this work and I couldn't make the money anywhere near that I'm making in Numis. But he teaches in Rank Makers and his coaching that it has nothing to do with the structure of your multi-level marketing company or the compensation plan. If you want it, you got to keep showing up. But he got in at pre-launch, right? Is it the cognitive dissonance? That's like, it's strong. It's strong with both.
Nodding. I know you guys can't see him.
Yes,
some people
correct.
think it's correct. Because I think some people are like, I'm $50,000 in debt. I have no options. And it's so inspirational. And I don't even like the word inspirational. It's just it gives hope, I think, to people when they see, oh my gosh, Ray Higdon was $1 million in debt. Okay. What? Oh, shit. Okay. Wow. So this tenacity, you're going through crazy, bankruptcy, divorce, all this stuff. How did you survive? Like, can we go through that? Because I feel like some people right now are like, I don't have.
I don't think she would be talking to him like this now. Cause this is definitely like stars in her eyes, like fawning, like, how did you do it? Like you were $1 million in debt, going through a divorce. It was so much like, how could you possibly do this? It's like, this isn't hard times. Being $1 million in debt, you could be fucking $50 in debt and it could be destroying, to you. How much debt you're in is like kind of fucking privileged. Who's the average person that could even be $1 million in debt? There's something wrong going on. So it's like my story is so much worse than yours because I was in even more debt than you. And that's key, because that's one of the ways that he uses to manipulate people.
$1 million in debt, and I'm drowning over here. Give it to me, babe.
Sure.
What do I need to do? How do I get tenacious?
Yeah, you know, and I'm not saying I didn't have down periods. I mean,
I'm not saying it. I'm not saying I wasn't a prophet.
Probably a good year was just kind of, I don't know, out of reality. I was drinking very heavily. Not proud of that, because I do have 2 older boys. And, you know, I think it was such a blow to my ego of having succeeded at most of the things that I had tried, never having fast success, but you know, working until I, you know, succeeded in something. And so this was just such a major blow to the ego and to, you know, how I thought I was as a person, that, I mean, I was getting blackout drunk most nights, and not just weekends, but like most nights.
Oh, fuck. It's the childhood of Gen X. Jesus Christ. It's not a big deal. Like, you know what? I don't want to minimize people's experiences, but this is used to fucking manipulate you. So yes, alcoholism, this isn't commenting on what people struggle with, but he's using this to manipulate you and to manipulate rank makers. And for a lot of it, it's like a lot of this shit people go through shit in your life, and it does not need to be this massive pronouncement, you know? I mean, I remember like going to the post office, and it was like I had a it was polar ice. It was the night of the polar ice. Fell asleep in the garbage can. Like, you know what? Get the fuck over yourself. This is gross when you start using this kind of thing to manipulate people, and I see that now. Yeah, exactly. And a lot of people do, you know, and you don't need to like wear it like this badge of like a badge of fucking honor, like, and to manipulate people and to beat them down, you know. It's like, I'm not proud of that. It's like, yeah, you are proud of that though, because you're using this story to manipulate people. There's a difference, and it's for network marketing and to sell people the dream that if they just do what you say, they will achieve like the top of their compensation plan, when you know damn well you're scamming people. Shame on you.
And so it was just not a good time. And if I had to guess, I was probably in that kind of funk for maybe 8-10 months. You know, it was really rough. And I'll tell you what, actually, something I never would have suspected that actually turned it around was, I'm on Facebook and I'm posting all this law of attraction stuff, right? And I'm like totally depressed, drinking heavily, but I'm like, oh, believe it, achieve it, right? And so I'm posting all this stuff that I can't really find myself to believe, but maybe someone else is believing out there. And someone invites me to, actually not just invites me, but pays for me to go to this seminar. And I was hoping that, okay, maybe I'll learn how to make some money, right? Because that's definitely what I needed. And so I go there, and I got something.
I'm confused, because it seems to me that he said he was posting law of attraction stuff that he didn't really believe, but that hopefully somebody else out there might believe. It's like that deception again, you know?
Totally different, which was, I had repair relationship with dad on a to-do list with no priority. And what happens is people die. And so.
Always with the fucking emotionally triggering shit with this man. He has no boundaries. So now he's going to talk about the dad's death story, you know, where it's like, oh, I decided to make amends with my dad. And then this is actually because of Landmark Forum, according to his blog. He went to this Landmark Forum. There was this amazing, beautiful woman named Stina that completely transformed his life. Landmark Forum. He's like, I got to go make amends with my dad, because then if he dies, I'm going to like, oh, I wish I had have done something. And then because I told this story, I didn't really want to tell this story, but I was up on stage at some event somewhere, and I told this story. And then a guy came up to me and he's like, Ray, thank you so much for telling me this story. Because of you, I made amends with my dad. And the next day he fucking died. And then I had, you know, Dave from Sacramento, he came up to me too. And he said, Ray, thank you. Because of you, I fucking repaired my relationship with my dad. This is where this story is going. We've heard this one too.
I decided that, you know what, I haven't talked to him in 13 years. I'm going to reach out to him and and I want him to meet his grandsons, which he had never met, who right then I think was 9 or 10 years old or something right around that.
Keep in mind, like Dave says, what success really takes with Ray Higdon. He's just talking about himself. He's using emotionally triggering things. He never says anything. I gotta fucking speed this up because I'm just going on. Sorry.
And so I go up to Indiana. He actually was nice enough to buy our tickets to go up to Indiana. I went up there. He met my sons, and we came back, and it was like this weight had been lifted off of me. And literally within probably 2 days, maybe 3 days, I got invited to a meeting that represented a network marketing company. And that's the company I joined and went on to become the #1 income earner of. And so I don't know where I would be if I didn't repair that relationship, which seemingly has nothing to do with making money. But it was just like, I don't know, something in me was like released. And I think a lot of times, we're trying to.
He's not talking about Landmark Forum that did that. It's just, he takes all these elements of his life and makes it into this story about now I was a #1 income earner. And it's like, what the fuck was it? Because you got in at pre-launch. That's all it was. It has nothing to do with any of this other bullshit, Fucking missile deck. Oh!
Learn all these strategies and tactics and all these SEO tricks or hashtags or whatever, when really it's like forgive your damn sister, or like reach back out to your mom or dad, or like try to repair some things that has nothing to do with money, that'll create a new openness in your heart and in your future.
I apologize. I am pausing this a lot. So this is again another example of it's good advice if it's outside of network marketing to repair relationships if they can, or reach out if you can. If some people go no contact, it's their choice, what they need to do. But that's good advice. See, like when you're in this, there are pieces that are good, but they're all used to manipulate you. It is cooked in. The manipulation is cooked into everything he's saying and she's saying as well.
And so that's what did it for me. And then I, caught the bug and I got back into work mode and went and made it happen in that company.
I made it happen.
First of all, thank you for sharing that. I think a lot of people sometimes are scared to share their ugly truths and their traumas. And I think
nobody's afraid in rank makers and nobody's afraid in the multi-level marketing industry. We're taught by both of you and other multi-level marketing coaches to share our trauma and childhood abuse stories on Facebook Live videos in order to recruit people. There is no fucking lack of people wanting to be vulnerable in the multi-level marketing industry, what we call vulnerable.
Where we actually all connect in those vulnerabilities. Yeah. Especially with the alcohol and things of that nature. I definitely have a lot of recovering addicts who can totally I know you just touched their hearts. So thank you for that. And it's interesting because I don't know if you know this. I don't think I ever told you this, but so I went to your seminar, right? God, whatever years ago that is, 4 or 5 years ago or something. And in Florida, and somebody paid for my ticket. And so who knows, it's interesting. Sometimes maybe it really is that paying forward and just that loving and open energy and willingness to receive. And I truly believe energy is everything. I think that energy has a ton to do with people's success. There's plenty of stuff we don't feel like.
Why? Both of you have the worst fucking energy I've ever seen, and you have success. There's a lot of narcissists that have great success in this world, financial success. People fawn all over them, giving them money. All these influencers that are corrupt as shit. Is that what the definition of success is? Money, the magnet, attracting what? A car? I don't even know what these cars are. A Lamborghini? The fuck?
Doing, quite frankly, I was in a crazy meeting right before this, and I was like, I need to make sure my energy's right before I get on there. Do I really want to do this? Do I ask him? And I was like, no.
And so it's all you have to do is you talk really loud. Hi everyone, I'm #BossLee. Woo! Thanks guys. Drop a 1 in the comments. We gotta raise our energy. This is what we're taught. All you have to do is fucking yell, and it's like this fake sense of I'm so positive. I'm This is a success. Like, I know what it looks like on the outside, but you can see that's what she's doing. And that's what I started to fucking do too. That's why I made a lot of my videos like friends only. Ugh.
Like, you know how to get your energy right, and like,
Yeah,
friend, like,
fucking right.
there's gonna be this
Woo!
podcast.
That's
And
right.
just knowing that you can take that little shift, I think is certainly one of my keys to my success. People always want to know I'm like, energy.
Yeah,
Do you,
energy in the marketplace is huge.
Yeah. Do you have any? You want to elaborate a little bit on that?
Yeah, so it's energy in the
This is going to be great. So the topic is energy in the marketplace. Where is this going to go? Fuck.
marketplace is I think there's two statements. I talked about this the other day.
There's two statements. I talked about this somewhere the other day, and not many of you are going to know these two statements. Some of you are going to know these two statements. Now, they're not obvious to everyone. Some of you might see how obvious they are, but I know I did talk about them. My buddy's in the next room. He just heard me talking about that. So the first statement is...
But there are two statements that I think the people who never reach their potential often say, and that is, why bother? And I don't feel like it. And so the why bother is always this justification that whatever thing you're about to do, that that you just lessen it. You just justify how small it is. So for example, July 15, 2009, I decided I was going to do a video a day, and I've never stopped. So 10 and a half years of it.
Yo, I think you're fibbling, Ray. That's not true. So when he's saying doing a video a day, we don't really know because the evidence has been removed. So this is part of his big myth too, is like he wasn't doing this on Facebook. He was doing it on YouTube, apparently. But then something mysterious happened with his first YouTube channel, or I don't know how many he's had over the years. Maybe as many companies as he's had, like at least 12, according to sunbiz.org. And he would do these live video every day. It's not a live video, but then when it was on Facebook, then he's doing this, apparently this live video every day. But it changed. I saw, like, even when I was within Rank Makers, he wouldn't go live every day. He'd have one of his team that would go live, or one of his coaches go live, or his wife would go live. But that counts. And he'd say, I'm a lunatic. I'm a lunatic. He doesn't say fucking a lunatic. Sometimes he'd lose his fucking shit, but he'd be like, I'm a lunatic. Nobody's like me. I go live every single day. I was like, I'm a fucking lunatic too, Ray. I went live every day for 3.5 years. And then I woke up, and then you made a fucking video about me.
At least one video a day, every single day. Many days I didn't feel like it. Many days, 6 months in, because this was prior to lives, you would upload a video and to YouTube and hope for the best. And many months, I think I was like 180 videos in before really hardly anything started taking off or started generating any leads or anything like that. And
did you say 10 years, by the way? Let me beep back that up. Can you?
Oh my God, you're so amazing. She knows how to fucking play him. I think from what I've seen of her now, I think she's been playing. She knows how to play him. Can play him like a fucking violin. Jesus Christ.
I don't think y'all are listening to him, okay? Because I feel like he glossed over it. Can you say that again? I want to make sure that my ears are functioning properly. What did you say?
Yeah, I've done at least one video a day, every day since July 15, 2009. So that's 10 and a half years.
Oh my God. And then everyone stood up and clapped. Well done. Whoa. Well, it's like that slow clap at first. Everybody was like, holy, he's fuck. She's like, did you just say that? Wait a second. Beep, beep, beep. Let's back up. Did you just say that? Well, yeah. False humility. It's true. It's true, little lady.
When I was on my honeymoon in Fiji, I would do them before my beautiful bride was awake. But yeah, every day. I've done at least one every day. And obviously some days many more. But it's just...
Imagine being I got to do my Facebook Live video. Do you struggle in your network marketing business? I have 3 tips that you could do even when you're on your honeymoon. The third one is going to blow your mind. It's going to like get 5 more leads to you in 15 seconds or less. Stick around to the end. I'm Ray Higdon. Jesus Christ.
For me, if I'm not putting energy or value or really whatever you want to call it into the marketplace, I feel very strange. Like I physically start to like fidget and get weird because if I'm not putting energy and value into the marketplace, then I don't deserve to grow. And if my mission is to impact.
That's really interesting because Jesse Lee is saying that you need the only way you can grow is through pain, which is physical pain, mental pain, emotional pain. And she also incorrectly says in her live video that the only way to get stronger is to like your muscles tear. You have to have pain. That's not when growth happens. It happens when you rest because the rest is required to rebuild the tear. And then you can have a fucking duplicatable workout. It's all about duplication. I'm so surprised she missed this. But this is interesting how he's saying about how the energy he puts out there, because he cannot get off social media. This man is addicted to social media. He cannot stop. Like as soon as he learns something, he needs to teach it. And so it's just this conduit. There is no self-reflection or self-awareness. And I think this is interesting, especially now with being called by God, you know, where it's like, I have to, and he thinks that this is the way forward, that this is a sign of growth. Like I'm not growing. No, you need to rest to grow. It's the other half of the fucking coin, dude.
As many people that want to improve, then I have to do my job. I have to be addicted to my activity more than the marketplace's response. And so I have to show up and do what needs to be done, whether I feel like it or not. I remember there were 2 kind of periods of time where I had one time really, really massive elbow pain and one time really, really massive shoulder pain. And so I'm literally popping pain pills before the videos, but I got those damn videos done. And so
wow, that's so amazing. You had a lot. I wonder what he would do with fucking childbirth or having a fucking period. How many pills do you pop for your fucking period? Oh, I had shoulder pain. Did you have wrist pain from the fucking missile dick? Jesus Christ, it's Jason Bourne. Oh my God. Holy fuck, he's on video. He had to take pain pills. His shoulder hurt. But he showed up. He fucking did it anyway.
Are the killers of would-be legends in this industry or in the industry. And so I hated prospecting, hated it. And, you know, because I was just coming out of being super depressed. I was just getting all these no's and all this rejection and people, some of them were aware that I'd lost everything, some weren't. And so to have that conversation, I heard what happened, right? All this, you know, just terrible conversations I hated, but I did it because I wanted to change where I was in life. I wanted to, you know, create something I hadn't created. So I had to do the things that I didn't want to do, regardless of how I felt that day. And so I really do think, I agree with you in that not feeling like, what does that have to do with it? It has nothing to do with it. So you show up whether you feel like it or not. And that's the true test of, are your goals actually important? And if they're not, right? If retiring the spouse or building schools or water wells or building abuse centers or whatever you really are passionate about, if those aren't important, then you're going to fall to the wayside on the days you don't feel like it. And those things aren't going to happen.
So this is kind of, you know, let's get a medal. I'm feeling generous. So, okay, this is the Chinook Triathlon Festival Half Iron, June 17th, 2017. Well done, Ray. You got to show up and do it anyway. So there's things where you have to like, it's beneficial when you're not feeling the best and you have a goal and you want to keep, you need to go do the workout. You know, it's like, you feel really tired, especially with Ironman training. There's a lot of days you feel like shit most of the time and you have to get comfortable with feeling like shit, and it's not healthy. And and like, you know, you got to get up early and you need to get to the pool, and I drive through like shitty conditions, the snow. I live in the mountains, southern Alberta, and I would like try to, you know, there's deer going across the road, and I'm like, oh fuck, and I'm like spending all this money on gas to get to this pool that's like 45 kilometers away, and then I do my swim session and I got to do a run, and I even trained and I ran a fucking marathon on the treadmill because I wanted to. It sucked. It all fucking sucked, but I really loved it at the same time. So it's when you talking about showing up when you don't really want to, it's important. But with network marketing, it's not, because it's like, that's when you see these people that are in the hospital and they're like, look at me, I can work my business even after I've given birth. Look at me, I'm like, I'm really sick right now, and I've got COVID, but I'm working my business. Like, it takes over your life. That is completely different than working towards a goal and, you know, doing things. You're like, okay, I really don't want to do this today, but I'm going to do it. This is how I made it okay in my head, because just like that guy that I showed you at the beginning of this video, his comment that he had this experience and now he's like, I've always been a fan of you, Ray. And now that you've found God or Christianity and you're sharing your journey, now I'm like, join me. I want to join your group, brother. I made it okay in my head by relating all of this to like athletics, like with triathlon training.
Thank you for saying that. Wow. Like, I love that. And I've told people constantly, I don't know if you've heard this, but I tell people, you don't have a consistency problem. You have a passion problem. These people have passion problems. Yeah. If you really wanted to dig the well in Africa, if you really wanted to retire your wife, your husband, your partner, your whatever, if you really wanted your kid.
No, they've got passion. Tone it down. You don't need to fucking yell. All these people have a lot of passion. They have so much passion that they're willing to abandon their critical thinking. They're willing to sacrifice their time away from their families, time they're never going to get back, and thousands of dollars to pay to you two fucking clucks as you sit there and like stroke each other's dates. All the fucking network marketing. You picture this big circle. So you've got Ray Higdon, you got Eric Worre, you've got Jesse Lee Ward, you've got Fraser Brooks, Colleen, No Shame Sales Game. You have Bob Heilig, who's another one of these fucking assholes. And they all fucking have their hand just like this. And they're like just gently in a fucking circle. Each other's date. Like, I got you, bro. I got you. Jesus Christ.
In the different school, you would have habits. This is a habit conversation. You would have habits that are different and that are dictating that every single day by the energy you're putting in the marketplace, like Ray just said. I don't know how I didn't know it was 10.5 years of videos. I'm over here thinking I'm a big deal I went live 700 some odd days straight. Loser.
You are a loser, Jesse Lee. You were right.
Loser.
Still amazing.
Yeah, you know, I've got to call myself on my poop. I've got to make sure I get my habits correct. What do I want out of life? Like, I know it's crazy, but wow, 10.5 years of that. I think that's incredible.
Fuck. It's so
really
amazing.
It shows you where your priorities are. It really shows you what you care about. And it really shows you that with enough of that tenacity, and like he said, that those two.
No, it's an unhealthy obsession. And it's supported by his family and sacrifices. So if you can imagine, who's raising his kids, who's cleaning the toilet, who's fucking ordering the pizza, who's doing all the other shit that needs to be done in your household while he's diddling around on Facebook live videos saying like, saying there's like this 5 ways to grow your network marketing business, 3 prospecting scripts you can't live without, 2 calls to action. Like, it's fucking tenacity. This is how you become a fucking mogul, tycoon.
Words, despite and until, you know, there's just going to be some day when something breaks, I feel like, in a good way.
Sure.
You'll have that moment where, like, all of a sudden, boom, somebody watches your video, or somebody shares your video, or somebody sends a comment that just goes viral, or you recruit the big leader you're looking for, or you get the coaching gig, or you get the speaking gig, or whatever. You're going to have that moment, but only if you're putting in that value, like he said.
Right.
So,
that's totally not true. You can have a video go viral and it can be by accident, and it has nothing to do with you giving value, especially like with the advent of TikTok, which I wonder when this was done. This was 2019. I wonder if I had started on TikTok yet.
I mean, people are aware of these other success stories, and they're often, heralded and lauded, but the person never wants to be that story, right? And so, like, I know, James Dyson. I mean, he was 7 years, 5,000 different models before he made a working Dyson vacuum.
And Ray is really good at this, and also multi-level marketing coaches is they'll get any other example other than within the multi-level marketing industry to bolster the credibility of MLM. So you see, Dyson, he had to keep trying. He was tenacious. Although now Ray's going to be like, he was defiant. He was so defiant. He's going to be like releasing a fucking book in the spring called Defiance. So he's using the word defiance as many times as he can. If you look at his content, in his shorts, it's like he's using the word defiance, defiances. It's so bad. So he would be saying that right now. But oh, Jesus Christ.
And now is, I think, $5.8 billion worth or something like that. And so what's funny is when
so thank you for that conversation.
You what?
I'm addicted. I've got multiple Dysons. Nice. Okay, I get the humidifiers, I get the air purifiers, I get the fans, I get the vacuum, hair dry. I mean, come on, Dyson. Oh, I did get my wife.
I wonder if that missile was a Dyson. We got to buy that model. It blows money out the end of it.
The hair dryer, I hear, is amazing. Speaking of my wife, what's funny is when I shared that story, or when she heard me say that story, she said, "Man, think about his wife." Like those 7 years of making 5,000 different models. I mean, wouldn't the wife be like, "Geez, get a job already, man"? Like seriously, right? But you look at people like Harrison Ford. I mean,
no, it could be, Ray. Think about his wife, that she had unwavering support for him and stuck by him all those years. That could be the other fucking option. But no, it's got to be the small little violin playing. Oh, I'm a victim. Oh, it must be that. There's two ways to interpret that.
27 years before he got a lead role. 27 years.
That means, and he would say all these examples like this, like of basketball players and everything. I remember fucking posting this on Facebook too. It's like, this means you need to stick within network marketing for 27 years and just keep going in your company, because success is inevitable. It's only if you quit. Failure is only going to happen if you quit. Success is just because you haven't got it yet. That's why he's making these stories. And it's like to keep in network marketing, to keep purchasing his coaching.
So why is it okay for someone as talented as those two are, but not okay for us, right? Mm-hmm. Why is it okay that we hear of these stories of, 10,000 failures, Thomas Edison, and, 40 years for AC/DC to be in the top 10 billboards? Like,
don't fucking bring AC/DC into this.
It's okay to hear those things as long as they're not happening to us. And so it's like, hey, maybe your story is going to be the one that people talk about for decades. Why not you?
This is how they try to like motivate you too, where it's like all these people have had success outside of multi-level marketing. But if I just stick with it, I can do it too. Like you can see how you make it make sense. Like, yeah, it took all this time for all these people, but it is nothing. They weren't in network marketing, where over 99% of people have to fail in order. That's how the business model works. They're going to tell stories about you. We're telling stories about you right now. Surprise!
Right. Oh, I love that. I didn't know. See, these are good. Everyone always says the same ones, like Colonel Sanders, Harrison Ford, 27 years, AC/DC. This is valuable stuff. I'm getting some good notes over here. Hope you guys are getting some good notes. Make sure you're screenshotting everything and putting it in your Instagram and Facebook stories.
See, and that's what we're taught to. Write all these notes and then share them on all over social media. So if you're wondering why, Huns or people within multi-level marketing do this shit, we're coached to do this, not only from our network marketing companies. See, I'm still using them interchangeably, but from these coaches. And all it is doing is giving them more exposure. We're selling their coaching groups. And what has he said? AC/DC was around a long time. Harrison Ford, 27 years. What the fuck? Like, can you imagine? Now I see how much of an asshole I looked when I was posting this stuff. People were like, Oh my God, Julie. You're in a fucking pyramid scheme.
So, like I said, I feel like we're having a conversation about habits.
Yeah.
And on that, now I am a big believer in, I never tell people my exact daily method of operation, because people will have a combination of a heart attack, an aneurysm, a stroke. Like,
oh my God, because you're so fucking amazing. Holy shit. Did you fucking hike in Austria and go hiking in the fucking Middle East with a backpack on with 5 liters of water? Oh my God. Oh, Jessie Lee. Fucking yeah. Woo! God, it's just such bullshit.
Literally, cause there will be death, I'm sure. So I choose not to share my exact.
For safety reasons. That's good.
Safety reasons, right? For the health of the population, there will never be a "This is Jessie Lee's DMO" video, because I can't have that. I don't have liability insurance high enough.
That's good. That's good.
So I don't want to know your exact DMO, but what are some habits aside from
my exact DMO? You want to know what mine was, Jessie Lee? I paid $1,000 a month at the peak to the Higdon group. I was prospecting 200 people a day, Jessie Lee. I went live every day, at least one live video across all social media platforms for 3.5 years straight. Holy shit. I also followed up with 40 people a day. Holy fuck. I also participated in every 14-day challenge. Fuck, you're fucking amazing.
The video a day that you will never miss. What are some other things that you are key and critical to your success?
Yeah, and I mean, and I can tell you, I imagine that at least many those listening right now are probably trying to build their network marketing business. I would guess, and so the 3 things that I did.
Oh, not the 3 things. And he's gonna say he went for 20 no's a day, and this is supposed to be super impressive because you could send out, like I was sending like 200 prospecting like messages a day, cold messaging, and most people don't respond. So you want to hound them until they actually say no. And even when they say no, it's like no doesn't mean no. It just means not yet. And he would also teach us follow up until they die. And we had a 4-day follow-up, a 30-day follow-up, a 60-day follow-up, a 90-day follow-up. Hey, Dave, I know that, Jesus, you're not really into Jesus, but do you know anybody who might be?
To ensure that I became the #1 income earner of that company was
get into pre-launch,
because I hated prospecting and I knew at some point it would work. I had also read a book called Go for No. And so I went for 20 no's a day. To me, it made sense. Some people don't like the concept, and whatever, man, go for your numbers.
I love the concept. I train it too. So Go for No, great book. Everyone should buy it.
So, 20 no's a day. And that is no, I'm not interested, or, just an actual no, not a non-response. A lot of people try to wimp out and say, oh, you need 20 non-responses. Well, I got those all the time. So 20 actual no's a day and self-development every day. Though, I did admittedly, and I kind of look back and wonder, like, man, what would have happened? Because you can get no's for anything. I could get no's for, speaking gigs or coaching clients or whatever. I did not keep that habit up. I did honestly plan to phase that out. And
I planned it because I got in at pre-launch for Numis. And then I made up this other fucking company with one of the co-founders, John Kevorkian, who also has a suspicious number of LLCs or companies with variations of his name too. And then it dissolved in 2021. I don't know. I'm not saying, but it was just about going for no. But I mean, holy fuck.
I started generating more leads and that kind of stuff. The self-development one has definitely altered over the years. I mean, when I was broke, it was what's free on YouTube, what can I get at the yard sale or the library, to now I don't consume a lot of courses, but I do hire a lot of coaches. So when we go into this kind of weird crisis, corona, quarantine kind of thing, I have so many different coaches that are absolute experts of business scaling, of, payroll, of marketing. And so I can go to these different experts and know exactly how to navigate my investments, how to navigate my business and everything. And so self-development has gone from whatever I can get for free to what's almost the highest I can pay to get the very best. And so, but those three things, if you did a piece of marketing or a video a day, 20 no's a day, or even 5 no's a day, 10 no's a day, and self-development every single day, that is something that would make success inevitable.
That makes success inevitable. However, as more and more rank makers leave and speak out, or just like leave comments, which is still speaking out, and more people leave the multi-level marketing industry and speak out, now he's had to add something onto this. It's just like, well, I used to think that this was the only 3 things that you needed, but you can't fix a broken mindset. Some people are just despicable. They have such a lousy outlook on things that it doesn't matter. They will sabotage themselves. Like, that's it. So there's nothing. I used to think this way, but no longer. I've got so many medals. They're clanging so loudly because I'm such a fucking champion that I can't even hear myself think.
And so the way that I tell people, about this whole, concept here is, if you were to share with someone what you do each and every day, would they hear what you say, not what you plan, but what you actually do every day? Would they hear that and say, well, that's going to work? Or would they say, I don't know about that. It may or may not work. No,
because most people are coachable, and they trust people like Ray and Jesse Lee and Fraser Brooks and Bob Heilig and Colleen from No Shame Sales Game, all these fucking assholes. And they are coachable, and they do what you tell them to do. But when they do it, just like in Facebook's, Ray would do these Facebook conversation reviews. They would do exactly what you say. And then you would pick apart, there's actually this one little word that you tweaked. If you had have done that, that would have been all the difference. You will never fucking win with any of these clowns. They are coachable. Most people that get into this believe that this is going to be a way out for them and their families, that they want to help other people. They love the community. They love their products. They really believe this is going to be good for them. And these fuckers exploit that.
Share 20 no's a day, video a day, self-development every day. No one's ever surprised. Oh, that works? Oh my God, that's surprising, right? And so
I did 18 Ironman distance races, and I never did any fucking personal development every day. What do you say to that?
Is what you're doing every single day, will it make success inevitable? And if not, then you may need to reevaluate one or the other. Either your goals, which no one wants to hear. If you're not willing to do the work, then why don't we make you happier and actually lower your goals? Which I know to some people that sounds like battery acid in the eyeballs, but let's be realistic. If you're not going to do the work and you have humongous goals, what you're doing is you're carrying an incongruency that's eating you alive. This
is just twisted and just being a really fucking asshole. There's people that so for example, with like triathlon, somebody has a big goal. They want to do an Ironman. Say that's their goal, but they're like, they don't know how to swim. And they have a lot of injuries, like with their knees and ankles, and they got to build up like running. It's not like, well, you know what? You just let's mock you. No, it's like, you know what? Let's build a plan to get you strong enough over time for you to achieve that goal, not beat them down. So there can be a benefit in lowering a goal in the real world, but you can see how this is insidious, and it just keeps people down. It's like, oh, well, most people, you tell them they're DMO, they're not going to do it. They don't want to be that person. There's always there's that little bit of truth. And then there's that dig, that pushing you down. The manipulation.
And so it would actually be better for you to say, you know what? I may not become a top earner, but I want to make a few $100 a month. And this routine is congruent with that.
The business model isn't congruent with that even. They're not making even $200 a month, despite their best efforts. And I would love, somebody had brought up too, has anybody ever heard Ray try to recruit somebody with his magnificent sales pitch? No. He only pitches to people that are already brainwashed within the multi-level marketing industry. This dude couldn't sell fucking anything. Now, in the real world, it'd be something to see, wouldn't it? I'd pay for that.
Actually feel better. And so if that doesn't feel good, then you do need to up your habits.
I love that. And one thing well, monsoon just hit. Sorry, distracted all of a sudden. I have a couple of questions in there.
Sure, let's do it.
All this is so strong. So first of all, I love that he just gave you an exact daily method of operation that would make success inevitable. And I'll just say it again. I know.
And it doesn't make success inevitable. He gave this exact thing and it's bullshit. And that's why he is a scam artist. He is a grifter. He cons people out of money. And so do you, Jesse Lee. This doesn't make success inevitable. Because look at the math of the fucking whatever multi-level marketing company you're in. Doing those three things doesn't make success inevitable.
I said it 3 times, but come on, guys. A video a day, go for 20 no's, not 20, and I didn't respond, 20 no's, and some kind of self-development. It led me, something you were saying led me to a question. And I think that this is something that has always, it lets me check myself each day. And this is maybe something you could even journal on at the end of your days for those of you looking for things to do, etc. But for me, I look at the end of my day and I go,
he might be able to sell it to Jesse Lee when she's on one of her epic hikes in the Middle East.
Would I want to recruit me today?
Yeah.
And for some of you, you need to get honest. Did you do those 3 things? Do you
see now? Why would that even happen? I'm not good enough. Would I recruit me because I'm a piece of shit? I have so much of this negative mindset, scarcity mindset, victim mindset. Would I want to recruit me? No, you know what? I wouldn't. I made up an excuse. I spent time with my family. I did something for my health. I took a day off doing a live video. I didn't show up as powerfully as I meant to. I wouldn't recruit me. Honestly, I wouldn't recruit. I better get more of your coaching. Everything they say and do is meant to make you feel like you are less than, like a piece of shit. This isn't empowering at all. You know, God, I can see through this stuff now.
Who want to be in business with you? Would you go, oh, yes, like awesome, turn it out? Because people are out there looking for that magical recruit. And I'm going to tell you right now, the magical recruit is already recruited. It's you.
Yeah.
It's you.
Let me give you a different way to look at that question though. Okay.
Sure.
Because if you ask, would I want to recruit me today? That's a flexible question. What about this? Would you, if you were running a company, would you want to pay you the income you're desiring? And so if I'm running a company, so let's say someone is, a rep, wants to make $1 million a year. Okay, fine. Would you, as a company owner, hire someone that did your activity every single day and pay you $1 million salary? Taking $1 million off their profit sheet, take $1 million off their spreadsheet. Would you be willing to do that? And of course, this is a hypothetical, so you could, pine.
What success really takes with Ray Higdon and Jesse Lee? Imagine that you're an amazing, there's a CEO that just might want to hire you, and just ask yourself, would he hire you, you lazy piece of shit that doesn't want to go for 20 no's a day? You gave up after the 4th person told you were in a pyramid scheme. Are you even worth $20 a year? Well, good thing for you, I got a course to help you with that.
The sky and whatever. But if you really think about that, most would not. And
Right.
So how do you change that to be like, oh yeah, that would be a deal. That would actually be a deal. And that's how you know that, are you adding value to the marketplace? Are you actually solving problems and showing up and doing the work?
And this is what's really funny. This is ironic here. Are you really adding value to the marketplace? Neither of these clucks are. Are they solving a problem? They can't. It's impossible because they're multi-level marketing coaches. It's like the funniest thing, like Robert Fitzpatrick had mentioned, saying anti-MLM is such a funny word. Like, it's just saying you're like anti-human trafficking. Like it should just be obvious. And it's like this MLM coaching. Well, there's no point for this. You're guaranteed to lose. They're guaranteed. This is just you've not only given so much money to your multi-level marketing company, but then you give it to these coaches as well.
Because if it's like, yeah, I am definitely worth whatever, 6 figures, 7 figures, whatever, then I think you're on your way. But most people, I don't think are congruent with that question.
No, most people are in the 99% category, and you fuckers are now being coaches because you can make more money that way, and you know it, and you purposely do this. You've flown under the radar for far too long.
I love that you said that. It's way better than would you recruit you. Ha!
Ha!
Better, but just a little different.
I love it. I say it's way better. This is my podcast. I'm gonna say what I want.
Correct.
Okay, so you mentioned you hire a lot. Now it's not just what books can I get at the library, what can I find on Google, what can I do, whatever, which is a great place to start, by the way. Okay, yeah. This is not me telling you.
And this is important. This is a big fucking problem, especially with Jessie Lee. I can't fucking stand how her mocking and her contempt of people, especially with their body shaming. It's fucking gross. It's not leadership. It's so weak. It's pathetic. There's just especially, for her, people are already beat down in the multi-level marketing industry. They do not need this fucking wahoo trying to shame them about your body, and you're a beautiful fucking person, Sherry.
Not to do, guys, this podcast is free 99, okay? You didn't pay anything for this. This is free. There's a ton of free stuff out there. I want you to get as much free as you can, but I'm gonna tell you right now, I want to know, tell me some of your, question. Who are some of the coaches that you love?
Did you hear? I saw Always Marco's live stream this morning. I was watching it and it was that fucking Scott Johnson. Did you know I was Scott Johnson? I had to block him. He tried to leave a comment. He left a fucking comment and it was so bad. It was like pre-Ray. I think Scott Johnson is going to be what Ray becomes in 25 years. It's like there's two things that MLMers know one thing that MLMers don't want to talk about and anti-MLM doesn't want to address. It's like he wrote the fucking book that Ray read to train on writing curiosity posts. And I was like, that's a hard pass, Scott. And then he just fucking he capitalized you. Then you are personally responsible for, and I thought, I just blocked him. I'm like, no, but I think that's what you're talking about. No males exist in the anti-MLM space, which is odd if you look at the, why is there a preponderance of women in the multi-level marketing and then in the anti-MLM area? Because a lot of fucking people are women in in multi-level marketing. Jesus Christ, it's not that difficult to understand, but these people in that are so brainwashed and that they've been in so deep for so long and they're benefiting from it. They say the craziest shit.
And then who are people that have mentored you either currently or in the past?
Yeah. So, one of our, I think, I've shared this with a few people, but I gave Grant Cardone $100,000 for 6 hours of his time. And so
I bet that was a good investment.
So in hour one, the advice and strategies he shared with me has made between $800,000 and $900,000.
Bullshit. He just would change this up too. It's like I just sat with him and immediately that one piece of advice. And the one piece of advice that Grant Cardone gave him was he was going to do a Rank Makers live event and keep it a more intimate setting. But Grant Cardone told him, no, cancel it and rent a bigger space because you got to think big. You got to act like all these people, are going to go to your event. And then Ray was like, oh, but I've spent $10,000 or $20,000 on this deposit. And Grant's like, who fucking cares, man? You're either fucking number one or you're zero. And Ray's like, okay, I'll do it. And that made me fucking $1 million right there. Now Grant is he's a Scientologist.
And that's hour one. So if you break down $100,000, 6 hours, that's $17,000 an hour. I've actually only done 3 hours with them, but the moves that we made, and keep in mind, a good coach isn't doing the work for you. He didn't do any work for me at all. He didn't promote actually, technically, he did have me speak on a stage, but this return came way before that. And so, he's one, and he is, I have a knack for understanding how to really work well with the right coaches. He's an interesting dynamic. There's certain things he's fantastic at.
Because he's a Scientologist and he's crazy as fuck.
Certain things he would not be a good coach for. And then we have, we did for about 1.5 years, we worked with the Gazelles Corporation, which is a scaling company and Vern Harnish wrote the book Scaling Up, and they were helpful for sure, because we don't want to just be bogged down with just strategy. You want to have a business infrastructure knowledge as well.
What the fuck does this have to do? What success really takes with Ray Higdon? You know, all of this could be summed up in less than 15 seconds. It'd be like, leave your network marketing company because it's a pyramid scheme. You're guaranteed to fail. That would be it. But they go on for 49 minutes and 57 seconds, just talking about what they just talk about themselves. Like, I purchased this coaching from Grant Cardone, and 6 hours of his time, it's $100,000. I was $1 million in debt and personal foreclosure, sleeping on my buddy's couch, going through a divorce, so super depressed. And then I found network marketing and I became the top income earner. When I did my daily method of operation, there's these 3 things that will make success inevitable. Holy fuck.
And so it's really easy that as you're coming up to just hire strategy, like marketing strategies, advertising strategies, and this different things. But if you don't have the business infrastructure of how do you handle payroll? How do you handle, liability insurance? How do you handle, different, aspects of your profit and loss of, how much is your lifetime value of a customer, that sort of stuff, then you're only going to grow so much. And so, you know what,
this is the exact same thing. The manifestation of is Jessie Lee pretending that she knows anything about fitness. This is like Ray's version, that he knows anything about business, just talking shit. And then the people were watching were like, that's right. Like, he really knows his stuff,
So, we currently work with some of my friends, Paul and Heather Christie, who are business coaches. I think one of the mentors I really needed and just had a massive impact on me was Mark Hoverson, who did pass away, died, I think a couple of years ago now. And, he was such a brilliant mind. And it turned out, interestingly enough, that he was also just amazingly tenacious in the end of his days, when he's doing.
This is horrible. He's going to tell this story. And this is bad. Like, so this was supposed to be his best friend. And he was dying, and he was trying to get different treatment from, whatever he could, any kind of experimental treatment. And he asked Ray for like $25,000, and Ray didn't give it to him. He made him do this course with him. And he's fucking like dying, this man, his best friend. And then he makes this course, and he continues to sell this course too. And then he says, oh, I give this money, like the money from it, to his wife and his family. But I'm like, that's fucking gross. Your best friend. Can you fucking imagine now? This is so horrible, this behavior. Your best friend comes to you and like, I need money because I want to get this experimental treatment and it might save my life. And it's like, well, you know what? I would, but why don't we do a fucking course that I'll sell and profit from and give the money? Gee, it's so fucking bad. It's really bad.
Facebook Lives, and he's literally 60 pounds, all bones from the chemo and everything he was going through, and the back surgery and everything.
And he says he was doing a Facebook live video every day until basically he passed away, as if this is a great thing. And he's like, I don't know if I could have the tenacity to do this. Now he's probably saying, I don't know if I would have the defiance to do this.
And so like, he was just such a warrior and just such a smart dude. And I'll share with you one conversation I had with him. So I remember when I first started, working with him, basically I saw him speak at an event. I bought one of his courses. 15 minutes in, I'm like, this guy's very smart. So I stopped the course. I never finished it actually. So I reached out, I got his phone number, and I said, I want 4 hours with you. These are the 4 topics, which I don't remember exactly, but these are the 4 topics. I want 4 hours, and this is what I'm willing to pay. He's like, all right, let's do it. And I remember one of the first conversations I had with him is I was sharing with him how I was recruiting people, which
he just fucking talks about himself the whole time. But when we're in it, we think this is amazing. Like so people are taking notes on this, and she's told them, take notes, share this on social media. What does this have to do with growing your network marketing business, recruiting people, and selling products? It's just like him talking about it himself. And this is the same. Every interview he does, it's the same shit. All of it. It's just staggering to me.
You know, I was the #1 income earner of a company at that point. I was, recruiting a good amount of people. And so I explained to him my process, and he goes, oh, dude, if I had to do that, I would wonder what the hell was wrong with my marketing. I'm like, got it. And so he made me like really rethink marketing and copywriting and how to say, words in certain ways, because, I had kind of blunt force attacked, the career, and it had worked, right, to a degree. And so
imagine Ray deploying blunt force on anything.
Just a very, very big mind, and we definitely love on and appreciate his remaining family.
Yeah, I love that. And his legacy really has lasted. I never had the opportunity to meet him.
Yeah.
And so much stuff. I was following that whole entire, through his whole sickness. And it was amazing watching the network marketing community come behind somebody like that has just impacted so many thousands and thousands of lives. That's really, legacy is what I think a lot of us are aiming for here. And so I think I'm glad you brought him up, and
for sure
continued more of his legacy for more people. So that
for sure.
I'm a mush ball, so that's like all in my heart. I love it. Okay, so my question then is just generally speaking about mentors then, because I really, for me in my experience, I don't know anybody who has done it alone. I don't know anybody who can just come up with the ideas by themselves. And so I still think I see people out there who are like, they're banging their heads against walls over and over and over again, and they're not getting anywhere fast.
Because they bumped up against the pyramid scheme walls, Jesse Lee. They can't get up because you're in a pyramid scheme. You're in a pyramid scheme. Do you understand that? I will say it slowly for you, Jesse Lee. Do you get it? Jesse Lee, you're in a pyramid scheme. It's not their fault. They're bumping up their heads against it. They're trying everything. They're doing everything that they're told, and their failure is guaranteed. And then you make them feel like shit about it, and shame their fucking bodies too. Ugh.
And
I'm so fucking mad.
Kind of on maybe your general theory around mentorship, and then I heard a concept I really enjoyed the other day, which is you should go deep on mentors instead of wide. Meaning, like, pick your ones, like you didn't list 18 people, Right. You said, here's my.
Oh, but he's had probably 75 of them, but he just didn't mention them in this video. And I did. I looked up to Ray for 5 years. I fucking respected this man. I thought everything he said, even this, I remember this training. I don't remember this interview, but I remember the training because it's always the same. And I thought it was brilliant. I really did.
Mentors. In this space, I have this. In this space, I have this. In this space, I have this. Or actually, it's just this and this, this and this. And you went deep. Well, it sounds like. I would love your perspective on that as well. Since obviously mentorship is something that you are clearly passionate about and you see a lot of value in. So I would love to hear a little bit about your opinions on that.
Yeah, I mean, so it's funny because as I was I don't know, coming up or
come on, Ray, I need another medal. I got a whole box here and you haven't hit any other point. It's very heavy. It's so fucking heavy. I'm such a champion. I have just as many awards as Jesse Lee does, but they're actually in like the real world. I'd like to make more like clanging sounds just to show how fucking amazing I am. Please give us some more info here. Come on.
Whatever. It was interesting because, and especially in network marketing, I had a lot of people that were like, dude, why are you paying for a coach, man? And like, I'd get chastised and like, aren't you fired up enough? And just to be clear, I've never hired anyone to get fired up. Like that concept doesn't make sense to me. That I understand others need that, but I definitely.
No, because you're so fucking amazing. Your fire burns so bright. You're passionate. You're unlike most people. That's why God chose you to be a fucking prophet. Jesus Christ. It's Ray Higdon. I don't know why I show you this.
Strategy to curb the time. Like there are things that I was thinking about this. There's things that between Mark Overson and Grant Cardone, I mean, there are things that would I have ever learned maybe, but maybe not for 10 years. And so getting the right coach or mentor is just a shortening of the learning curve. It's a let me impact more people faster, and that is the fastest utilization of it. But one thing to understand is, just like a personal trainer, they're not going to do the sit-ups for you. I've never had a coach build my business.
Oh my God. He said this all the time. They just don't do the sit-ups for you. He made this short. I saw it. It was like, you have to, you know what? He's really like always about weight loss. Like, this is the fucking key. The final like eluding thing for his ultimate success is like, I don't know. Anyway, Sienna, I know it's so fucking brutal. Sienna has strong feelings about this too. And he's like, you hire a personal trainer, but I'm telling you to keep going with your network marketing business. I'm telling you to do a Facebook Live video. It's like, the personal trainer isn't going to do the sit-ups for you, you dumbass. You got to do it. It's like, oh fuck, it's nothing at all. It's working out. Having a personal trainer is like, they're with you. They're a personal trainer. They're like, oh, this is what you have to do. This is the correct form of exercise. Or if you're having like a program, you're checking in with them and you're not shaming them like, well, I can't swim for you. But in network marketing, this is the way they speak. Well, this is the fucking way Ray speaks. Jesse Lee's the same way. They're all the same. They're all in the circle, the taint cupping circle.
Or get me a sale, like they are there to say, go do this and this, and you go do this and this, or you don't. And what's funny is, a lot of the higher end coaches I've hired over the years, they're like shocked that when I actually go and do what they suggest, because a lot of people don't.
Oh my God, it's so amazing. And you know what? You can tell, like it's true. The head is so far up his own ass. Most people outside of network marketing, and most people within network marketing, they do what they're told. And they're not surprised. They're not surprised. They do what they're told when they want to achieve their goals. It's just because you got in at pre-launch and it's like, oh, what? I can't even believe how fast you executed that. Holy fucking shit. Ray, you're amazing. Jesus Christ, Ray. You're worthy. Fucking God had to choose you as a helper above all men.
Get that adrenaline rush from just paying the money.
Right.
They don't actually do anything with it. And so, if you are an executor, if you're someone that actually implements, then
everybody is. But this is what they use. Most people are in life. But any of these fuckers, like Ray in particular, he's like, he did this short. I was going to tell you about it. That he had pizza. He ate pizza the night before, and he opens it up and he's like, this is my kryptonite, and I'm going to defy not eating the rest of this pizza. And he closes the pizza box and then he puts it away. It's like, you fucking ate pizza last night. Now you have regret. Now you're going to open the pizza box and you see these like 3 pieces of pizza. And you're going to close it and you're like, and now you're going to achieve your weight loss goals. Like, what the fuck? What the fuck is that? Like, just eat your fucking pizza.
You're probably going to get a very good return so long as you're picking the right coach. And there are bad ones out there, or I don't know if bad ones is the right thing. I mean, they try their best, but maybe they're just not. There are people that are very smart that aren't great coaches. It's just. But for me, there's nothing. There's no insurance investment, stock investment, crypto. There's literally nothing that can even come close to the kind of return I can get when I get with a strategic coach. And I do definitely agree with going deep. So I have, one of my business coaches is also an attorney, so can go very, very deep in a couple different areas.
What areas is your business coach going deep into is what we want to know.
Has no concept of digital marketing, right? So like I have these, pockets of coaches that are very, very good at what they do and very deep on that particular topic.
It's like you hire a coach that they know what, this is like they were using the word deep instead of the word defiance. It's like you just hire a coach, like you hire an accountant. The accountant isn't going to teach you how to swim. Your accountant it's not about depth. It's just their role. But like it's just word salad nonsense. And going deep sounds good. It's like, oh, internal, like awareness. I'm going to like give all my money to you. I'm going to purchase all your courses and your fucking books and go to your event and then get to 100K in or circle in or coach. I'm going fucking deep.
They can't speak to every aspect of the business. And that's okay. As you're, just looking to, get one coach, if that's what you're looking for, is you want to look at, okay, what's the thing that I want to get really, really good at that this person is already good at or has already accomplished, and go with them, and have them help you out.
I love the perspective of it shortens your learning curve. It's like
number one.
If somebody writes a book, it's their 60 years of.
It doesn't shorten your learning curve, and that's important. And this is what they try to sell you in network marketing, is that if you hire a coach, you're going to learn even more about mindset, and then you're going to achieve success. You're going to be at the top of your pyramid scheme. You can't short circuit success. And I don't know about Jesse Lee, but I know about Ray. He does try to take shortcuts all the time. And he justifies it by like hiring the best coach. And I know he used the example of like, if you would like, I'd like hire the version of Michael Phelps to teach me how to swim. Well, hiring an Olympic athlete to teach you how to swim doesn't mean that you're going to be, he might be a shitty coach. Just because they perform well doesn't mean they're a good coach, or they know how to teach you, or they could be a good coach for you. And you can't like short circuit all those years in the pool that's going to take you to get better. But he tries to do this, and you can see it with the quality of his content that he creates. It's fucking horrible. It's stuck. It's the whale breaching in the background.
Life condensed into 250 pages. Like you need to devour that stuff.
No, you don't need to devour that stuff. You need to get your hands dirty and actually do the work. But this is about, all this is leading up to is for you to give them money for coaching. Because look at how successful I am. The only reason I'm successful anybody can be successful in this business. You got to go until, despite and until. But really what success really takes is I invested in coaches. I dropped $100,000 with Grant Cardone. I went deep. I went fucking deep.
I love that concept, like I said, of the going deep, because I thought to myself, my gosh, that's exactly what I've done. I think people get so confused. They're like, well, Ray said this, and then I went over and I listened to Fraser, and he said this, and then I listened over here to blah, 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 and he said do this, and then I listened to, I'm like, turn off the noise. Yeah. If you want Ray Higdon's success, then you join Rank Makers, then you find out about his VIP coach.
Even Jesse got sucked into promoting Rank Makers. Holy fuck. See? He's fucking good. You fucking hand it to Ray. He even got Jesse Lee, fucking as nuts as she is, to plug Rank Makers. Look at that. And that was 2019. That was not that long ago. That's how fucking manipulative. He's good. Well done, Ray. That's a fucking feather in your bonnet. You got Jesse Lee. Sign up to Rank Makers if you want to learn everything. I'm surprised.
And you read every single one of his books, and you follow every single thing he does, and you use his journal, and you buy his little ring light, and you just say, I am a student of Ray Higdon, and you let it be that.
What did he give her? I wonder why this was so much, or this, I mean, there's got to be something here. Holy shit, she's going deep there.
Oh, yeah, it's great advice. That's right. Write that down.
Give me all your money. Join Rank Makers. Do the 14-day challenge.
I love that episode of the podcast. And then I love your YouTube. But then, I was listening to Joe Schmo Blow Blow, and he was saying that, what you need to do is, and I said, listen, Does Joe Schmo blah blah have the results you're looking for? Do they build the same way that I build this?
No, you know why? Because I got to go the right direction. Because they're not in network marketing anymore. They decided to sell their position to John Kevorkian or whoever the hell. And then they opened up another company with John Kevorkian in 2019. And then there was dissolution in 2021, which is weird. Or just curious what was going on there. If not, no big deal. And then we're not even in network marketing anymore because we're a coach. I can train 6, 7, 8, 9 income earners. Fuck, I'm amazing. What the fuck are you going to do? You're going to listen to your buddy that you slept on the couch? He's still stuck in 1993 listening to fucking AC/DC? Or are you going to level up? I fucking paid $100,000 to Grant Cardone. The fuck are you willing to do? You tainted sinker Theon.
Build. If the answer is no, then okay, I understand you like their story. I understand you like, oh, well, he's got a great, what are you trying to do here? Because I think there's so much out there right now and it's stifling people's success. That's why I'm kind of harping on it a little bit. Yeah. I think it's stifling people's success. Find someone you really resonate with. Somebody.
Why is it you cannot just join your multi-level marketing company in a business model that's supposed to be a level playing field, that it doesn't matter your race, your gender, anything, that it is such a beautiful industry and it's duplicatable. Anybody can do this. You just have to have the passion and drive and just never give up. Why is it now? Well, no, it's actually the person that you sign up with. I'm a different kind of upline, you know. Well, not really. It's the coach. There's some good coaches out there. Some of them are smart, but they don't really know what the fuck they're doing. That actually was a really good one. I should do that one too. Challenge Penticton, inaugural. Oh, I fucking won my age group at this one. This is when they changed over from Ironman to Challenge Penticton. Oh, was this Yeah, 2013. This one. You know, fun fact, 15 hours, that's like my first Ironman was like 15 hours and 4 minutes. On my fastest one, I ended up getting down to like 11 hours, you know, and that's 3.8 kilometers swim, 180 fucking kilometer bike ride, and then a fucking marathon. And you're timed on your transitions. So that means even like whipping off your wetsuit, taking off your bike helmet and like putting on your fucking running shoes. Like you can't fuck around. You're timed on the whole day, you know?
So
fuck you, Jessie Lee.
Part of me is inside that person.
Yeah.
And hold on to that. I mean, there's a reason why, no matter what anybody says, I maintain a friendship with Ray. He's amazing, my God. But I'm like, you're half comedian. I'm half comedian. Like, I'm funny, okay? I'm hilarious.
You are funny. That's a good one too. I don't think you're funny in the way you think you're funny, but we'll go for that. This one is Subaru. Oh, this was Shawnigan Lake. This was a half Ironman as well. This was 2009 Subaru West Coast Triathlon Series. That's a good one, Jessie Lee. You are both funny.
Hilarious.
Yes,
You're actually not comedians. Fuck, she's playing him like a violin. I got to get another one for Jessie Lee. She's fucking smart too. He's fucking smart, but he's got a weakness. And Jessie Lee's like a fucking shark. She can smell it. This is a big one. I got to get a hefty one here. This one is an Ironman Cozumel. It's hot as fuck there too. And you do this entirely in the direct sunlight. Oh, Jessie Lee. Oh, fuck. And champion.
For sure.
You are funny too. Like, I have stolen one of your, like, the steak knives for teeth. I added onto my emaciated joke because I'm like, I am definitely stealing that. It is funny. I'm like, you're my kindred spirit, you know? Like, so if I were out there looking for a network marketing coach, like, I wouldn't really have to look very far.
Oh my God. I did not know that she went this hard on Ray. Like, she's fucking holy fuck. This is too strong. You got to back off, Jessie Lee. It's like a fish, you know, you want to give a little bit, but then you just kind of back off. It's kind of like how you prospect people through your marketing. If you're too aggressive, it can be nice. It's like funny, but then it gets uncomfortable really quickly, you know. These guys like to work for it. They like to work for the attention. It's a little tip for you.
Well, thank you. I appreciate that. It is a good point in that you're talking about, and I may have missed that, sorry, but you're talking about the consumption of content from so many different sources. Yes. And that is definitely something, like, I'm really psychotic with my time. So unless I see someone as, that's the person that
the first part of that sentence is accurate and tracks, but the last part, I think it's incorrect, because the time is spent on being on social media, making these fucking videos, providing so much value. There's so many things out in the marketplace right now. Everybody's so confused because it's all about mindset, and yet they're not growing their network marketing businesses. Like, I got to read these comments here. I got to catch up. Thank you so much for being on here. And I want to just give a huge shout out to DC, who is has been so helpful in downloading that video that Jessie Lee did about the retreat and has helped to spread the word. Please give her a follow if you're not following her. You want to support her. They do both keep talking over each other. And is she goading him? I don't know. I just never had heard of Jessie Lee before I left, but it's funny to see her. She's working him. I think now, I don't know. I mean, she's pumping up so much sunshine up his ass. I think now that her ego is so big that she wouldn't want to do that. But she wanted something and she was playing him and she knew how to do it. I think.
Knows what I want to know about that particular thing.
Oh fuck, I have to do this. I want to read your comments again. And Heather C as well is a great creator. Does a lot of good content and commentary, She's now slightly obsessed with Fraser Brooks. That's another, oh my God. Smash the heart button, you guys. Smash the heart button if you like this and rock your network marketing business. Smash the heart button. I'm Fraser Brooks. Do you struggle with your network marketing business? I used to, but then I became a coach and now I'm on fucking TikTok and I shouldn't be either. Okay, this is what I want to show you. You'll see what I'm doing right now. Okay, let's wait. Fuck.
I'm probably not listening to them. And so I would be very cautious with how much, because look, I mean, to be honest, sometimes free is the most expensive option. And so if you're out there consuming all this free stuff, but it all conflicts, then you're not moving forward. That's very costly. And so, sometimes
the free information out there, I wish that I went just with free information because it's not conflicting. But he's saying it's conflicting. And because we're so indoctrinated and agreeable and we want their approval and we think that we're pieces of shit, we're like, you're right. All this free stuff, it's so confusing. It's meant to be confusing. So I'm going to pay for your coaching instead, or join your group, or go to your fucking retreat. And it'll all make sense then,
It actually makes sense to, like you said, dive deep with one person, which I kind of missed your original point. So I'm glad you brought me back.
Yeah, no, I love what you were saying. I just wanted to reiterate it because I think it's something not enough people are talking about. And then people go to events like, congratulations.
It's tricky as a trainer to say that because, then it looks like I'm saying, don't listen to anyone else.
Well, you didn't say it.
That's exactly what you're saying. I know it sounds kind of tricky. And when I say that it sounds kind of tricky, it makes it kind of tricky. Not everybody thinks I'm tricky. Well, I'm not saying you're tricky. I'm saying you're tricky. Oh my fucking God. Can you imagine? Those would be the people at the campground. They get fucking smashed. They're they just won't shut the fuck up. They're louder than the generator that goes on. Oh, it's just stop it. It's 10 p.m. It's quiet time now. Stop it.
I said it, and I'm not a trainer. I'm not a coach. I got nothing to sell anybody. You go get my free resources on jessieleeward.com. I'm not selling you nothing.
Oh, so she wasn't a coach in 2019. Oh, that's interesting. Well, she is now.
I am telling you, go to Ray Higdon. But I really mean that, though, because I see people getting results from you first and foremost.
And the results they're getting, nobody's getting results from him because the results never change. Although he uses all of our it was called the Tracker Attacker every Sunday. And there would only be between 9 to 11% of rank makers, which at its peak had 16,000 people in it. Here's some fucking numbers for Ray. Ray loves numbers. 9 to 11% of people would fill out this tracker every day. And so then even on his website now, you'll say, we have helped 792,000 people rank advanced, 43,000 people have been prospected. He's collected that data from all of us fuckers that were like, oh, we'll do anything that you say, Ray, because you're so amazing. And we would like dutifully, by Sunday, we'd say, I prospected 4 people, I followed up with 2, and he just collects it in his database, and then he uses it to market rank makers. And now Jesse Lee is referring to this. It's just the numbers mean nothing. The numbers are shit. The numbers haven't changed anything. Rank makers hasn't impacted the multi-level marketing industry at all. The statistics are still the same. You know, oops.
First of all, if you and I have very similar skill sets, if we're just being honest. So if I were looking for, like, I would just relate to you. I would feel like I had a kindred spirit, like I said, that just gets where I'm trying to go with it. You know, there's people, even some of the people you mentioned as mentors that I'm like, see, I couldn't do it. I just couldn't do it. But then I also see the point where I'm like, you know what though? Because I do spend money on stuff, of course. Sure. I know you know that. But I'm like, you know what? Maybe
I know you know that because we're such good friends. Oh my God. I'm so happy and grateful that we have friends. Jesus Christ. Fuck. Thank you. Oh my God. I spend money on stuff. You know I spend money on stuff. Not everybody knows that I spend money on stuff, but you know that I spend money on stuff. What success really takes with Ray Higdon and Boss Lee?
Need to do is I need to go spend $100,000 for 6 hours with somebody, and I need to be like, hey, listen up, I'm trying to make a $900,000 return in 4 hours. Let's go. It sounds like next Tuesday. You know, I'm gonna pencil that in. But I love, actually, you just gave another huge tip, and we kind of scooted right past it. But you were talking about
how the fuck did I stay in for 5 years? Like, I fucking looked up to him. I really did. Like, you know, I really did. You know, there's this advice. I would like to find it some kind of video, if I can look at it, where there was actually advice that I thought was good, you know, but it's not in this fucking video. It's really making me sick to my stomach. Yeah, that was heartbreaking seeing Courtney, her mocking Courtney. Her best friend.
You are, I forget what you said, something about your time. You're crazy.
I'm just nuts.
You're just a fucking lunatic.
And I'm the same way.
Which is like, you're both fucking lunatics.
And that's why I was like, oh my gosh, I feel so bad. I'm stuck on this call. So I let you know before.
Are you so fucking amazing? Did you go to the gym every day for 90 days straight without taking a break? And then go on a fucking walk in the hot sun? Oh my God. You're such a fucking athlete.
Oh, you know, I'm like, no, like I'm so respectful of people's time. And I love that you're leaving time for action is what I'm guessing is what that is.
For sure.
And so I don't need to know your full calendar or anything like that, but what percentage of your day is spent maybe on, I mean, I know there's other stuff like families, you know, super important and everything. Yeah. When we're talking about the actual work that's going into your day, how much is going into that consumption or that mentorship or that coaching or that personal development, and how much of it is like, shut up, Ray, implement.
You know, and it's different types of implementation.
Got some fish. I got some fish. I just sold it at the dock. It's a trout, and I got a fucking brown trout, 22 inches, this long, fucking for amazing price, special deal just for you.
Now, you know, a lot of times I'm, you know, hearing from because we're, you know, a little different, right? I'm hearing from our COO and guiding the projects the right way. Sometimes I'm hearing from the marketing team or the, you know, whatever. And so, but as far as how much time do I spend studying, I would say unless it's a special day, I mean, it's maybe an hour a day.
Not now though. Now I think it's like he's a committed student of God, and he's hired various prophets to teach him to be a prophet. It's a duplicatable system. Nobody will study the Bible as diligently as Ray will, and he'll teach you how you should interpret it. It doesn't matter if you've been, you know, a Christian for 20 years. He works harder than you. He's got the fire. He's got the passion. He's a lunatic. He's going to show up every day. You think you pray hard, he prays harder. He goes fucking deep.
When I'm running, listen to an audiobook. When I'm doing some other things, I'll having a coaching call or something like that. I do probably one of
I'm sorry, I can't hear you over the clink of my fucking metals.
my favorite things to do is get VIP days with people where I get them like 6 hours or whatever, one-on-one kind of thing, which is usually a pretty penny with depending on who the person is, but that's where I tend to be able to ask all my questions, knock it out, and then go on my merry way. But yeah, I'm definitely not consuming all day long every day for sure.
Yeah, I think that's important. So thanks for saying it. Question.
It's important to say that, but that's what you're expected to do when you purchase coaching through Ray Higdon and Rank Makers and the 100K Inner Circle coaches. You're given and referred all these videos that you are always in training. So it's like, I'm not doing it, but I expect you to. But why are you spending so much time doing this training? You should be out executing. You're executing. Well, you need to work on your mindset, Yeah, and I wanted to just highlight this comment too, that Janet says, even if they went to the gym several times a day for 180 days, they still wouldn't have been prepared for the heat and the beach and the rocks in Colombia. Exactly. This wasn't about training people. I had mentioned at the beginning of this, Roberta Blevins had me on her Patreon yesterday, and I was talking about this, and she asked me what I would do to train for this. And I said, like, there was two answers to this. It'd be like what I would do to prepare and what I would do if I was running the event. Because I was like a coach when I would go to Tucson, Arizona for different triathlon training camps, Victoria, British Columbia, fucking Mexico. And it's like, you make sure everybody knows exactly what's going to happen. And there's support. There's water stations. Like it's about giving people the best possible chance for success. And then you can really push them. You don't push people when they're at their lowest. That's going to be happening like in their life. They're going to get kicked, not when you're with your mentor or your coach where they're purposely sabotaging you, But yeah, going to the gym is absolutely nothing. It's like I said to Roberta Blevins, it's like training for fucking pole vault. And then you're like, surprise, you're doing Olympic weightlifting. It's not at all the same. This was just done to make her look good. And it doesn't make her look good. In her mind, she thinks that she's like such a success that she told them to go to the gym every day for 90 days, every single day. Like doing what? And then to eat fucking less carbohydrates and increase your protein. Hey, fucking right on. Great advice, Jessie Lee. Holy shit, you know nothing at all.
Now, this question was asked to me when I was in Germany, half asleep on tour, like one of these things, GoPro camera in my face. I'm like dying. They're asking me all these things. They're saying, well, Kim, come on, give me a tip for success. And what's interesting is I think out of my sheer exhaustion, I was actually pulling from the reservoirs of my brain where the real stuff is. Do you know what I mean by that?
I totally know what you mean. You were so exhausted. You didn't have time to think and you just regurgitated more of your bullshit. Like, I was in Germany when I did this. Wow, you're such a world traveler. It's a fucking amazing. Where else have you fucking hiked, Jessie Lee? We'd like to check your sources here.
Sometimes when it comes to, what made you successful? You're like, there's nothing different between you and me. I just, Okay, so I had one that got pulled out of me. Do you have one that maybe
I wonder what that amazing advice they asked her at GoPro in Germany about, and she was so exhausted. I bet it was amazing. I bet if you had have attended that moment right there would have made you the #1 income earner in your multi-level marketing company. And that's why you're a sucky loser. She didn't even know it was there, but it just came out, I'm so excited. Look at Ray looking at her right now. Oh, fuck. It's like, he's like, yeah, I like this. Oh, shit.
Like, yeah, this one thing I was willing to do, repeat it, whatever it is. Of course, probably consistently, probably whatever else. We know consistency, blah, blah, blah. But I really want to know, was there like a thing that Ray Higdon was willing to do or that Ray Higdon did that it took you to that next thing, that next level?
You know,
You know what? I got in at pre-launch at Numis, and then I sold my position in 2016, even though I call it now selling my business, but on my blog, it says I sold my position because it isn't a business. And then I decided to become a network marketing coach. And that's what it was.
I really think if I look back, because it's always about how did you change who you were? And like, what are you doing to change who you actually are? And so for me,
I got to write that down. What did you do to transform who you are? You know, you got to change who you are. That is such a shit piece of advice, and it means nothing, but I want to do them. This is like a fucking belt buckle one from Ironman 70.3, a half Ironman in Calgary. It's like it's a perfect one because it's like a fucking belt buckle. Like it's the anti-metal right now, but this one's for that one.
And this was quite a while ago, is so I was working for county government, and I was I think at that point a junior project manager or something like that, or business analyst or something like that. And my boss Maggie, who's the best boss I ever had, and she was just amazing, super smart, super tough. And so she said, hey Ray, you know, I'd like you to do
oh God, we heard this training over and over again in Rank Makers. And I think this is the only woman that he's ever actually really treated with respect. And the story is going to go that Maggie gave him this presentation, and we're like, you got to do this presentation. And he was like, oh, I'm so worried about this presentation. And he worked really hard on it. And then I guess he was like so nervous, or he didn't get enough sleep. So then when he goes to do the presentation, he just fucks it up. And then she goes to him afterwards, just like, Ray, are you on drugs? And he's like, oh, I thought I did a really good job. Oh my God. I think that's what this is the story that's going to be. It's so, you know, it's just such a, how they, you know, nobody gives a shit about, you know, these fake successes. And I'm just being an asshole, and I'm being an asshole on purpose. And I also wanted to say this to people. When these fuckers start to say, oh, you said that I look dumb or whatever, it's like they operate the same way. They think that people outside of these multi-level marketing companies, industry, coaching, whatever, are going to respond the same way that they did when we were in it. And it's like, when you're out, I don't give a fuck. What they say, it's like, I can't believe you're a hater. It's like, that's their worst fear, of being called a hater, or being called that you vibrate at a low frequency. Everything that they, like, it's like everything they accuse you of, if they're like lobbing like an insult, that's what their weakness is. And it's so fucking obvious now. Maybe you know this too. Where is Maggie?
Presentation for the group, on Wednesday, and just put together your project and present it. And I'm like, what do you mean? And she's like, well, just get up in front of the group. And I was terrified out of my mind. I mean, I was so scared. And
how scared were you? Did it terrify you? This is such an amazing story. It's really moving. I feel like this story is going so deep. I'm so glad I'm taking notes on this. This is going to transform my network marketing business.
I didn't know it at the time, but looking back, I know why I was scared. And to be honest, the version of who I was scared of being found out that I wasn't very smart. And so everyone around me was smarty smarts, and this was the IT department, which I felt like I was already.
Ray, you were right. You're either not very smart, or you're very fucking smart and you're very manipulative. You're either believing your own bullshit, that network marketing is a legitimate business model, or it isn't, and you continue to scam people and shame them and just rebrand yourself to a prophet just to keep on preying on people. I wanted to say, oh God, it's like, it's not God, it's Ray. God is Ray. All is all.
Punching above my weight belt, and I felt like I was the hardest worker. I'll outwork you, but I felt like everyone around me was smarter. And so I was so terrified. Although I didn't know it back then, I was just terrified. But looking back, I was terrified of being found out, that I was not nearly as bright. I thought I'd be laughed at and everything. And so for 3 days. It was like Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday.
My last race, it was like in 2018. I was going to do Ironman Coeur d'Alene, and I was like burnt out. So I might do another one in the future. I don't know, but I'm not now. Thank you for asking.
I'm reading books on public speaking, and these are people I worked with for years, and it's like 6 or 7 people, and I'm terrified out of my damn mind. And so I'm reading these books on public speaking. There's one thing they all had in common.
It's such a fucking boring story too. It's like, there was this one time I was at work and my boss asked me to do this presentation, and so I was terrified. I was so scared. I read all these books on public speaking, and I just, oh my God. No, but yet you see Jesse Lee is hanging on his every word. And I did too. All of us rank makers did. We thought this man was a fucking genius. He's a genius at getting your money. This is how brainwashed we are, you know?
Which was, if you mess up, no one will know. Oh, man, I'm really holding on to that. And so that morning, I remember back then I had a landline, and I remember my hand on the phone to call in sick, and I'm like, I'm not going in. I'm like, I'm just going to blow it. I'm going to be an idiot. They're going to fire me. Like, I can't do it. And so my hand's on the phone, and just something in me says, you got to go in. So I go in, I do the presentation. I somehow develop a stutter. I spill water.
Oh my God, did you develop a stutter? Can you tell us all about it? I bet it was so shocking for you to have the stutter. Oh, even all these years later, it must be amazing to recount this story. Look at Jesse Lee is like, oh, fuck. Oh, you developed a stutter. This is fucking weird. Like, it's weird, right?
All over myself. But I'm done, right? I'm done. I'm like, I did it. I survived. And afterwards, Maggie pulls me into her office and says, Ray, can I ask you a question? I'm like, yeah, and I'm actually kind of feeling elated because I got through this damn thing. I survived, and I was man enough to actually do it versus run. And she asked me, she goes, Ray, are you?
You were man enough to do it instead of actually run away. What else are you man enough to face instead of run?
Drugs. I did so bad. And
this is like one of your friends, it's like you have that one friend and they're going to tell this fucking story and you just are being the polite laughing, like, and you just like, oh fuck, it's that guy. Like, oh, we got to go over to like, Greg and Tina's house tonight. And they're like, oh no, fucking Greg is going to tell that story again. And like, we know, but Tina makes an amazing casserole. And then fucking Greg starts his fucking story and everybody has to sit there and listen to it because that's this. And it's like, and then, oh, fuck. 5 years. I was the idiot. I'm the fucking idiot, But at least if I can make content now, try to make amends, owning my shit, maybe it can help other people avoid this. Who is hosting this Dual Live? It was from Jesse Lee Ward, I believe, was interviewing Ray.
Nonsense that the person I looked up to, because I didn't have a great relationship with my dad.
Yeah.
I literally looked up to her more than anyone else in the world.
So this is important because he hasn't had a good relationship with his dad. It's made him susceptible to all these different influences. The most current one is Yaya Backer, who has recruited him to become this prophet. And he's taught him this concept of orphan spirit, how he's trying to fill this hole. So you see, for all, like, when this guy like came into my sphere in 2017, and I've heard this story, but now it's like the hole is being plugged by this orphan spirit. And now he's like Christianity, but it's all mixed up with network marketing and law of attraction. Ugh.
And she's asking me if I'm on drugs. And so I remember afterwards, just being defeated, just being distraught, depressed. And I'm sitting in the parking lot and I'm just like sitting there. And I'm just like, I'm going to go home. I'm just not coming back. I'll find another job. I'll go in a different direction.
Oh, Jesus fucking Christ. You just had a fucking day at work. You know what? I'll tell you a story of something. There was this guy that I made up this excuse. And I'm like, there's something wrong with my bike. there's something wrong with the brakes. I just totally lied. And then he came over to my house. This is a long time ago. This is digging up memories. And he came over, and I remember you like bent over, and I was looking at his butt, and I was like, he's got a nice butt. And he's like, there's nothing wrong with your brakes. I'm like, oh, really? And then I asked him out, and then he's like, no, I can't. And I was like, fuck. I was like, oh, well, like, it's not that, it's just fucking rejection. Like, you get rejected, you fuck up your presentation at work. It's not like this dire consequence. Like, the only other way, this is black and white thinking. You fuck up. Maybe you get a flat tire in a race, and you've trained all year. This happened to me at one of the Ironman Coeur d'Alene's I did. And I got a flat tire, and I had fucking tubular tires. And of course it was a shit show. And I was like out for half an hour before race support helped me out. I'm like, I trained all this time, put all this money. And it's like, well, sometimes it's not your day. It's not like, oh, fuck, I'm going to go find another job. That's not good coping skills. That's not master of emotions. There's like deep shit going on where, you can feel that, but it's like, this is like when he starts speaking like this is how he operates. And this is how he teaches us. It's like, you fuck up and it's the end of the world. This gravity, I said gravity word, this gravity of like not recruiting or not showing up to do your live video when you're sick is like, it's coupled with that. And I hope I'm explaining that. Okay.
We'll figure this out. I'll go back into sales because I had, been in sales and then came through this path. It
was deep,
but something that was like, no, man, you're not going to do this. You just got to get better. And so the next day I go to, I'd never been to any college.
This music,
my job actually required a degree.
This music was playing when he came in the room to do his fucking interview. He's like, this job required a degree, but I just researched it. And I was like asking people, what do they need? And I came up with this 5-year plan, and I did it in this gold embossed leather, and I handed it out to everybody. And they were like, Jesus Christ, it's Ray Higdon. You're hired on the spot.
Worked so hard that they just gave it to me. And so I go to college the next day, and I said, put me in every class where you have to speak in front of the room. And so they're like, well, that's usually the last class people do, but okay. And so I went into public speech and critical thinking, and there's one other class where you have.
It's so stupid. Like, there's always all these other people. Like, he could say, I can see this now. It's important for me to say this, especially if you're like somebody that's coming out of rank makers, is that he's always telling these stories that nobody else would do this except him. He's special. He's unique. He's going to enroll in a public speaking course. Lots of people enroll in these courses. They're not told, whoa, not very many people choose to do that. People are enrolling in it. That's why the course exists. All these other people in it with you, are they all not, they're just fucking peons, but you are special. Like, it was so fucking staggering that this university or college offered a public speaking course. And then there's a class, it exists before you were even rolled up to it. And they're like, oh, are you serious? You want to enroll in this? Like, give me a fucking break. That never happened. Just want to give a special shout out to DC here. Really excellent commentary. We all have different styles of, making anti-MLM content, and DC has a great, unique perspective, and is just really thoughtful and compassionate in how she communicates. A lot more fucking thoughtful and compassionate than I am. That's for sure.
I had to get up and give presentations, and so I did that, and then I set this really weird, makes no damn sense goal of I want to speak on the Vegas Strip. Now I'm working for a county government in Naples, Florida. This makes no sense. They will never have me speak on the Vegas Strip.
Fuck, he just wants to tell all these stories about his life. This is what he's always done. And it's like, this big dream of having to speak on the Vegas Strip. What does this have to do with anything? They're just like, just keep talking to us. This is so amazing. I'm like, oh, I'm learning so much value. This is putting so much value into the marketplace. Like, I was at this point, I didn't know how to swim. I was 29 years old, and I thought, you know what? I'm going to fucking learn how to swim. So I got my neighbor's granddaughters to teach me. And holy shit, 13 years later, I'm fucking done all these races. Oh my God.
within 2 years, I was working for a speaking company and I spoke at Planet Hollywood. And so, but it's that taking the hand off. Like, remember how I said, why bother? And I don't feel like it. Well, both of those were kicking in. The fact that I did it, pushed through it, grew from it, completely changed who I am.
You're describing, like, he's describing what every single human being goes through. But when you're in multi-level marketing, it's like, oh, wow. Is there an event in my life where I've grown and pushed through and I showed up and I did it despite and until? Yes, there is. I can connect it with that. And now I'm going to weld it to network marketing. And then it's just, you hear him say this over and over and over again, and it fucking makes sense. This was music to my ears. I'm like, oh my God, you're absolutely right. Take my money. How much more money do you want, Ray? Like, drop a course. Take my money. Fuck.
And that's the kind of moments. And it reminds me of, there's an Eminem song out there where he says, what if I didn't go to the Rap Olympics? It's an amazing song. It's not one of his more popular ones, I don't think, but he talks about what if I didn't go into this? What if I didn't show up here? What if I didn't go meet this person?
He's fucking quoting Eminem. Oh, I remember him doing this too. This is that one, it's called, isn't it Lose Yourself? It's not one of his most popular ones. Yes, it is. I think it's this one, isn't it? You gotta fucking see this. Oh, come on. Why? I have, so I'm one of those assholes that has YouTube music. I don't, like, this is what I do. Fucking Ray. It's like, that's it. It's like getting jacked up to go fucking talk. Oh, Jesus Christ.
What are those moments in your life where you're at a fork in the road, and you either choose, I'm going to become who I'm.
I would pay for that too. That would be another thing I'd pay to do. Oh, Jesus Christ. Okay, got to get back on track here.
Meant to be, or I'm going to shrink and shrivel, and I'll never reach my potential.
Did you? I never said it. I never said anything. Okay, we got to listen to that. It's at 47:44. Okay, come on. Let's just coax it back. Just coax it back just a little. I'm going to crank it up here. This is out of the words of Ray Higdon.
And you either choose, I'm going to become who I'm meant to be, or I'm going to shrink and shrivel, and I'll never meet my potential.
I'm going to shrink and shrivel and never meet my potential.
So that, of all the different things I've done, I think that is the most responsible for what has happened here 20 years later.
Okay, so did you catch that? Why this whole event was that, so this whole story is why he's so successful 20 years later. But he's already said at the beginning, it was all this other, fixing his relationship with his father, doing these 3 things every day that will make success inevitable. But if I could talk about one thing, I'm going to tell you a completely different story, which ends with an interesting tagline, which is shrink and shrivel. And an Eminem song on top of it.
That's such a good story. Thank you so much.
I bet you she was like, fuck, he said shrink and shrivel.
So I have one last question. I totally respect your time. I know Lil Bear is somewhere around the corner. She wants daddy for sure. Oh. I already know it. I feel it.
This is something I haven't seen him say lately, but when we were in Rank Makers, he would always talk about baby bear and then mama bear and daddy bear. Oh, fuck, it's really gross hearing myself say this now. But he would say that, like, if you don't want to prospect, you're baby bearing, you're going to be a baby bear. And he would do that. He would sound like this. Like, I'm not mocking his tone. He would act like this. And he'd say, oh, frowny face. baby bear, somebody said no to you, like, and little bear is one of his children, but he would say baby bear all the time. Fuck.
I feel it. So final question, Ray, and then I want to thank you for your time. I just want to know if there's one final key to success. It can be super short, super sweet, or it can be drawn out, whatever you want to do. Whatever
you want to do. I respect your time. Just, this is your show. Just like, let me know. You've been so amazing. You're my really good friend. And I can't even, I haven't got enough nuggets. There's going to have to be more. I hope you give a nugget, because you know what? We need to have one for shrink and shrivel. Okay, no, we'll get some bonus ones here. Bonus one for AC/DC reference, Ironman Canada 2010 finisher. Okay, another one for Eminem. It's not one of his more popular songs. It's like fucking Lose Yourself. Not very many people know that song, but Ray does. The Great White North Triathlon finisher 2017. This was a half Ironman. Another one, for fucking Shrink and Shrivel. This one needs to be a big one. I wish there was another belt buckle for this one. Let's do this. Oh, let's do a fucking... Oh, I want to get like a... Oh, there's so many! Jesse Lee, I've got so many awards. I don't know which one I should show. Like, oh my God. Let's see what this one is. Oh my God. Oh, another one just fell on the floor. It was so heavy, it put a hole right through it. Oh, this was a sprint race that I won. This was first female overall, a sprint in Playa del Carmen. Tres Rios. So that one is for Shrink and Shrivel. Yeah, me too. Yeah. I agree. Both of them mocking women is horrible.
And the final closing thought for success be for anybody listening today.
Yeah, I mean, for me, I love the Steve Martin quote, "Be so good they can't ignore you." That's how I've been.
I do too. And that's something that I've implemented because of Ray. Thank you for teaching me that one.
Went up, for 10 years, when companies rejected me, when, leaders would talk behind my back, when, people would say, oh, he's just going to steal your people or say some nonsense. Like anytime all of that stuff, I'm just like, I'm gonna keep showing up, y'all. Y'all are underestimating me. And
that is true. People do underestimate him. And what's going on right now is extremely dangerous, And
so I really grow to that. And so to comprehend that, what does that actually mean? It means help the most amount of people. It means provide the most amount of value, provide the most amount of solution.
All of them say the same thing, like you can see. So like help the most amount of people. Well, what does that mean? Help the most amount of people. Provide value. It only means this in network marketing. You can only help them if you're making like an obscene amount of money. And it's all from network marketing. And then you can write checks and then donate it to people, because that's ultimate impact. Anything else that you do in the world is just worthless. Like even if you volunteered somewhere or you helped your neighbor, that is not anywhere. You should feel bad about that. You can feel okay about that, but you really shouldn't feel very good about that, because if you put more time into your network marketing business, you could be impacting thousands of more people. Like that's this. And it's all leading back to purchasing more of his coaching and now her coaching as well. I wonder if she ever got coached by him. She must have, what does anybody know?
Impact the most amount of people, be the example, be the reason that people keep going. And so that's one that really drives me, and hopefully that'll help someone.
Thank you so much. And for those of you listening to, I love that. Be so good they can't ignore you. I even read a book about that, actually. So good old Steve Martin. You're so good we can't ignore you.
Oh, fuck. How times have changed. And that's merch right there. Shrink and Shrivel, impact equals money for himself. Jen says, do you remember when he did that Ray Daly about Hamilton and went on about how he listens to rap music? It was so cringe and quite frankly co-opting Black culture. Oh, Ray is so fucking cringe. Oh my God. I remember him when he did that training and he broke the white fucking board marker. Oh, and everybody was like, oh my God, he's so passionate. He cares about us so much. He got so angry. He broke his fucking marker. Fuck, he broke his marker. Next person, next speaker. $1 million in debt. Personal foreclosure. Slept on his buddy's couch. Went through a divorce.
For those of you following the puzzle for the podcast, the letter you're looking for...
Ray Higdon!
Today is I, as in incredible Ray Higdon. Goodness gracious. I wish it were ours, so I could be like, rank makers! But I will tag...
No fucking way! She really fucking was plugging rank makers. That is nuts.
In the show notes, you must check him out if you have not already. Ray, I respect you so much and everything you do for this profession, and you are just an absolute light, and especially during these crazy times, I truly appreciate you and value you. So thanks for all you do. I love you.
It was during the pandemic.
And I appreciate you.
Thank you so much. So proud of you. You're amazing. Thanks for having me.
Of course.
Oh my God. I know that was so gross and painful. Thank you for sitting through this with me. And I hope, this is like what she had written. Take notes and share your number one takeaway in the comment section. I kind of want to see if there is any comments in this comment section. I don't want to show anybody's names, so I'll just close it up. Well, my neck is really sore from all these medals that are wearing around my neck. And I haven't even touched. This is like 99% of like what I have. I can barely even hold up this box. But this is hurting my neck from the weight of how fucking many medals I have. It's so fucking amazing. Oh, fuck. Thank you for being on here. So if you have any, we can chat a bit and then I'll wrap this up. This is a long thing. It was only like a 49-minute video reaction, but I just wanted to add some humor to this because laughter has really helped me. And I think that if it doesn't help you, well, then there's something wrong with your mindset. Oh, shit. Oh, man. Jen says, should we make a post about the value we got from this and use the hashtag shrink and shrivel? That would be funny. Shrink and shrivel. And Sam says, brilliant, Julie. Thank you so much for hanging out with me. And yeah, what I'm really concerned about is how Ray has moved on from rank makers and now opening up this new faith group and, you know, using people's faiths against them. And like he mind fucked us so bad. And I'm really concerned about what's going to happen with people's faiths because he has all this shit of law of attraction, Joe Dispenza, Grant Cardone, Scientology, Landmark Forum, and he's using that into his version of Christianity, and then he's teaching it to people. And people are finding the ways, just like I did, to make it make sense, but through the lens of like athletics or whatever, being coachable, and they're doing it through their lens of their faith. And so when they wake up, when they unplug and figure out this is going to devastate people, you know, I don't know. This is another level, and that's what I'm really concerned about. So I wanted to, that's why I wanted to do this. And then I also wanted to talk some shit and be an asshole because, you know, I am a fucking asshole. And I'm Gen X. So Luna says, this was a great live. Janet says, that is such a cute outfit. And I got this off Instagram. It's like the boobs. It doesn't matter where your boobs are because this just looks like permanently there. And Sweet Goss is laughing is all I do. Janet says shrink and shrivel is the only note I took. That's the best. The shakedown says, yeah, Jen, do it. That's so good. All right. I guess we can wrap this up. We're at 2:46. So, and then Sam says Gen X rule. Yeah. And I'm thinking of like a good song to play. I can't believe he was like, lose yourself. I don't think it's one of his more popular songs. And he fucking was talking about AC/DC too. I really like the Jason Bourne, you know? So I'm thinking maybe AC/DC. I like Thunder. What do you think? Thunderstruck to like close this out? Hey, Jesse Lee! Anti-MLM is here. Hey. All right. Thank you so much for being on. I'll see you in the next video.